Yo, it's your boy Ryan, Northwest Sports Fanatics, back at you with a new video. Today is Thursday, November 30th, 2023, with your boy Ryan and the Northwest Sports Fanatics. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. Smash that like button either now or on your way out. Donate to your boy if you can. Cash App $, ORION or the YouTube Super Chat right here. We got Thursday night football. It's TNF, the Seattle Seahawks versus the Dallas Cowboys. We damn boys. Kickoff is going to be here in about 14 minutes. And I think most people think that Dallas is going to run away with it, but hopefully Seattle can hang tough and make this somewhat of a game because their schedule is going to get more difficult as we move forward. And as I'm looking at the names that are going to be active or not active, let me actually take a quick update and see if anything has changed. So I'm looking at the Hawks. We got Young, we got Eskridge, we got O'Neal, we got Curtis, and we got Adams. So it looks like if Seattle has Kenneth Walker III, they're definitely going to have a chance in this game. If Seattle does not have Kenneth Walker III at 100%, or if he's limited in snaps, there is a very good chance that they lose the game. And even if they have Kenneth Walker III, we know Dallas has been very, very good at home. And they got a great record. They're 5-0 at home. They're 8-3 overall. Maybe this is the year, possibly, right, that Dallas actually makes the playoffs and they win a playoff game. But it's too early to say. We're already on week 12. Can you believe that? But I'm definitely looking forward to the matchup, and I'm ready to go. Let's get it, baby. And then on the thumbnail, obviously on the left, you already know we got the throwback jerseys. We got DK Metcalf on the left. And then we got who? Dak Prescott on the right. And this one took a little bit of time to get done, but I wanted the images to be a little bit bigger, something a little bit more matching. And I think it turned out pretty well. And we got the Dallas Cowboy logo there spinning. And then obviously when the Hawks have the ball, we'll be able to flip it like that. Shout out to everybody on Twitter and X watching. Much love. I appreciate you guys. And then obviously if you want to comment or donate, you have to come here to the YouTube side. But if you just want to be able to watch and see what's going on, obviously you have that freedom to do that there on the Twitter X. But if you ever want to be able to say hello, and they haven't implemented a chat or donation sequence that's linked up on Twitter X yet, but I imagine at some point we may have that intertwined, and we'll be able to do that in the future. Oh, my boy Alan in the building. Cowboys fan for life, my boy Alan. He said, I'm here now. I'm wore out, delivering 258 packages from FedEx. That's a long, long day. Daniel in the building. What's good? I imagine Sarah will be in the building here just a little bit shortly. And I think it's cool that Seahawks are wearing the throwbacks. So obviously I had to hit you with the throwback look. And I went with DK on the left and we got Dak on the right. Hopefully it ends up being an electric matchup. I was going to say, if Kenneth Walker III wasn't going to play, this was going to be a fucking blowout because we know Seattle isn't the same team without Kenneth Walker III. They literally could have everyone on the roster healthy, but they're missing Kenneth Walker III. They could easily lose by 10, 15, 20, maybe even 30 points. And it's not like I think the Seahawks are a bad team. They're 6-5, but with the way their schedule is kind of panning out, I'm a little worried. The only thing that they got going for them is that a team that they're going to be battling with, the Minnesota Vikings. Joshua Dobbs didn't look very good, obviously, in that last matchup against the Chicago Bears. He threw, 4 picks. They have a bye, but what's going to happen, right? They're going to get Jay Jetta back, so they might be able to get on a little bit of a win streak. But right now, you're 6-5, okay? It's not looking fantastic, right? You got the Cowboys today. You could be 6-6. Then you got the Niners at the Niners. Jesus Christ, right? Then you're going maybe, right, 6-7. Then you go against the Eagles at home, right? And they shifted that one, I believe, to Monday night, or they switched the time with that. That could be another loss. So, right, then you could actually go from 6-5, 6-6, 6-7, 6-8. And then the only way that you can catch up is that if you end up winning against the Titans, the Steelers, and the Cardinals, which are all winnable games. But starting today, and obviously from last week, this is one of the roughest stretches in football. Niners on Thanksgiving, you lost that. Now you're playing the Cowboys at the Cowboys, and they're 5-0 at home. They're probably not going to lose this game, the Cowboys. Then you have to go at the Niners, and then versus the Eagles. And arguably those are some of the best teams in the NFL. So even if Kenneth Walker III is playing, it looks like Leonard Williams is in, Abraham Lucas is in. Kenneth Walker III is out with the oblique, and Phil Haynes is out as well. So it looks like they just updated some of the injuries. So if that is the case, I would assume that Dallas is going to blow out Seattle tonight. And I'm not biased. I keep it 100. I don't have a bias towards my team or any team in the NFL. But if you don't have Kenneth Walker III, I don't know how the hell they're going to beat Dallas. So this one hopefully will end up being somewhat close, right? I hope it's close. But in reality, I think even Seahawks fans will admit to you, Charbonneau is halfway decent, but he's more of an RB2. Now, he can fill in as an RB1, but that is one of the toughest losses that you can have. And I really want Seattle to make the playoffs. I'm not a Seahawks fan myself per se, but I want them to get in. And, out of the three teams that we were looking at, Cowboys, Seahawks, Vikings, Cowboys are in. So it's going to come down to probably the Seahawks, the Vikings, or one other team. Who that team may be, I'm not too sure, but I'm pretty sure it's going to come down to probably the Vikings and the Seahawks. They just have to be able to find a way to stay afloat. But again, that might be the roughest 4-game stretch I've seen on any schedule in the NFL. Thanksgiving versus the Niners at home. No Kenneth Walker III. You lost. You got at the Cowboys 5-0 on the road. Kenneth Walker is not playing with that oblique. Could be a loss. Then you get no break. You got to go at the Niners, who could be a Super Bowl team or a Super Bowl winning team. And then if it's not the Niners, it's probably going to be the Eagles. And that's what you have right after that. And then the schedule finally lightens up at Titans versus Steelers at Cardinals, but still those aren't like 100% gimme wins. You're going to have to earn them, right? The Titans, you should be able to win whether Walker plays or not. The Steelers, that might be a little bit more difficult without Walker there. You're probably going to need him for that one. And then the at Cardinals at the end of the year, if Walker's not there, I think you could still win that one. So we'll see where it goes. But hopefully for Seattle fans and for the Seahawks case, maybe a miracle can happen. Maybe they can end up, proving everyone wrong. But with me, just calling it how I see it and just looking at the roster, the Seattle Seahawks are not the same team without their starting running back. Neither is pretty much almost any team in the NFL, unless you're like the Pittsburgh Steelers and you got Najee Harris. Let's say he has an oblique, and then you start Jaylen Warren. Well, guess what? Jaylen Warren is a better running back at the RB2, but how many teams can say that their RB2 is better than their RB1, statistically speaking? Body-wise, maybe a little bit smaller. Najee's more of the bruiser, and I got Najee in fantasy. I had both him and Warren, right? Warren is going to be smaller, faster, shiftier, but it's very clear, who the better back is. But even with Matt Canada getting fired, did they give Jaylen Warren the RB1 duties? No, they did not. They stuck it out with the bigger physical back, Najee Harris, and then they sprinkle in Jaylen Warren. So I'm hoping that, if the Hawks do lose, I hope it's really close. I hope they play much better than anyone thinks. I don't want to see a 10, 20, 30-point blowout. I don't want to do it. I don't want to see it, especially if the Hawks are going to be wearing these throwback unis, but we'll see. I mean, at least one thing that we got going for them, the Hawks got the throwbacks, and then I had to honor them today, right, with the throwback unis, and then we got DK Metcalf on the left, and we got Dak Prescott on the right. And we know the story. They can beat the good teams, right? They can beat the good teams when? Never. They normally can never beat good teams. And usually during the regular season, they can mop the floor with the bad teams and they lose to the good teams. Then they get to the playoffs. They play a good team and they lose every single year. And a lot of Cowboy fans get confused. But again, you have to start winning good teams in the regular season for other fan bases to have confidence, that you guys can actually make the playoffs, which you guys usually do every year, Cowboy fans. But we want to be able to see you beat a good team. And once you do that, then people will stop with the jokes. People will stop with the harassment. Well, at least some people will. Not everyone will. But people will start giving respect, even some of the haters, right? Even maybe Eagle people won't. Maybe Redskin, Washington football team, Commander people won't. Maybe Giants people won't. But I think that's all we want to see, just them getting over the hump. And a lot of it has to do with coaching. We saw with Justin Herbert, he needs a better coach. With Dak Prescott, they either need a better coach or it may be a better coach and a new quarterback. But Dak has been playing well this season, so I'll give him that. And then obviously we've seen what Sean Payton has been able to do with Dangerous and Russell Wilson. They were terrible. He got in there. They got blown out by like 70 points. They turned it around. They're on a 5-game win streak, and it really does seem coaching does matter. I'm ready, baby. Let's go. Alan is in the building. One of my boys. I appreciate you. Daniel in the building. What's good, brother? What's good? But you know what? If you beat the Hawks, everyone is going to say you're supposed to. I mean, even though they're 6-5 and they have a winning record, the Hawks have been on a little bit of a slide with these injuries, and it's hurt them. And they need to be healthy if they want to be able to go into the playoffs hot. Luckily, they got 3 games that are winnable at the end of the season. But again, I mean, if you're right now 6-5, right? And then you end up losing this game 6-6. You lose to the Niners 6-7. Then you lose the Eagles 6-8. You win against the Titans 7-8. You beat the Steelers 8-8. And then you have to beat the Cardinals to go 9-8. And that might not be good enough to make the playoffs, but I have a feeling it might be. So even if you end up going on this rough losing streak, and obviously it started off with the Rams, 1, 2, 3, 4. There is a potential 5-game skid that the Hawks can go on, and it's not necessarily their fault. It's just the way that the schedule is stacked up. It's probably the hardest, 4-game stretch that I've ever seen in 2023, or maybe even ever, based on the Niners and Eagles being the best 2 teams in the NFL. And you got to play 3 of those, Niners, Cowboys, Niners, Eagles, in a matter of a month. No one said it's fair. No one said it's going to be easy, but hopefully it ends up being entertaining. Let's go, baby. Said thanks to Russ beating the Vikes. I thought you would like that Jackie Robinson photo. It is Bo Jackson's birthday, so salute to Bo. And I obviously, anytime I see any kind of cool throwback photos, whether it be Jackie Robinson's first game in 1947, I saw that photo and I thought of you because, we like history reflect, and we like to be able to see, pioneers in the game, and guys stepping up for his rights, to play as an African-American. And not only that, being damn good and being an inspiration to a lot of us, regardless if you're black, white, Asian, Mexican, it don't matter. It's very, very cool to see in sports. And then tomorrow, wow. I mean, we got one tomorrow. We got Reflects Washington Huskies going against my Oregon Ducks for the Pac-12 championship tomorrow at 5:00. I can't wait for that. That is going to be amazing. Win, lose, or draw. Whatever happens, happens. And then on top of that, then on Saturday, we got Alabama and Georgia for the SEC championship game. And then on Sunday, I'm going to end up doing 2 games. I'll do the Eagles and Niners at 1:25, and then we'll end up doing the Chiefs at Lambeau versus the Packers on Sunday night. I'll just have to make sure I work out with Paisley a lot in the morning, since there's going to be no real break for me about 7 or 8 hours straight streaming. But I think Eagles and Niners, I mean, that's like a NFC championship game preview, and it definitely is going to mean a lot in that particular matchup. So I'm going to definitely do both of those. And then obviously Monday night, what is on the slate? I know I looked at it earlier. I know it's the Bengals. Is it Bengals Jags on Monday? Let me look. I'm pretty sure it's Bengals Jags. Yes, it is. Bengals Jags. And that would be an awesome matchup if Joe Burrow was healthy, and he's not. So a little underwhelming, but it is what it is. Let's go, baby. MSU in the building. What's good? Red Wings up 2-1 against the Blackhawks. Nice. Let's go. Let's go. I heard about the Patrick Kane a couple days ago. Seahawks 9.5, Huskies 9.5, but the Huskies have a better chance probably in their game than the Hawks do tonight. What is your feeling? Based off tonight, because you're real, you're not, we all have a little bit of bias, for our favorite teams and favorite players. But I think with you, and myself, we kind of understand what's coming, what's at hand. Some teams, they could be our favorite team, but when we look at on the other side and we see a powerhouse, sometimes it's like, damn, you kind of know what's coming. So there always can be surprise plays, like where the Hawks get a pick six, right, with Witherspoon. They get a fumble for a touchdown by Bobby Wagner, or they get a kickoff return or punt return. And if you get something like that, that can change Uncle Mo and the momentum and the flow of the game. But we don't really know if that's going to happen. We know Deron Bland is breaking records with all his pick sixes, right? So I'm very concerned just because they don't have Kenneth Walker III. And prayers up for Kenneth Walker III, because the sooner he becomes healthy, the sooner that they're going to be able to compete, against the Niners and the Eagles if he ends up coming back at that time. 5 picks, returned for a touchdown this season. Deron Bland, I see you. Let's go. He said, let the pain begin. That's going to be tough. We'll see, man. Let's go, baby. And shout out by Matt helping me out, Elliot helping me out on the Twitter X. I appreciate that very, very much. Yeah, I mean, and like I said, I mean, it's not like I'm a Seahawk hater. You know, I'm just going to call it how I see it. And like I said, Kenneth Walker III, he is so instrumental, you know, with the Hawk offense. When he goes, Geno goes. When he's not there, they stall as an offense. And it's not like Charbonneau sucks. He doesn't. It's not like we got Penny back there. You know, I like what Charbonneau brings, but he's just more of an RB2 rather than an RB1. He's more of a change of pace back, a third down back. But one thing I do like about Charbonneau, he can catch out of the backfield, and he's very fast and he's very shifty. So, you know, anybody can beat anyone on any given Thursday, Sunday, or Monday. But since the Cowboys are 5-0 at home, they're rolling. I would be very shocked if the Hawks get this one, just being honest and being real. 78% completion percentage, 311 yards per game passing, 15 tutties, and only 2 picks. That is crazy. Okay, Dak, I've seen this story before, all right, but what are you going to do once we go further along in the season? And let's see if this Hawk defense can step up on the road. First down and 10. Dak, hands off. Short gain, good tackle by the Hawks. Let's go, baby. 78% Dak, 78% Knicks. Yeah, that's tough. Let's go. Shout out to everybody in the room. I love you and appreciate you. Hopefully Sarah will be in the room. I messaged her. I know that she had her grandpa is sick, I think dying in the hospital and whatnot. And I know that she drove. I don't know if she drove it to Iowa or a certain part she drove to, but I assume that she'll be in the streams. CD Lamb, one of the best receivers in the game. I see you. First down, Cowboys. We damn boys, move the chains. Let's go, baby. I got a really good, I almost put Weatherspoon on the thumb. I have a photo of him, but I decided to go with DK. But eventually, you know, if they end up wearing these unis again, or even if they don't, I got a really nice Weatherspoon photo that I can use also. CD Lamb with another grab. LG in the building. What's good? What's good? And everything matters in the stream. Likes, subs, comments, shares on Twitter, X, donos, the whole 9 yards. So anything that anybody can do to help me out, I'd be greatly appreciated. All right, baby. And then we'll have to figure out if she ends up coming through. Otherwise, I'll have to have someone else kind of do the dono duties. Hopefully she'll come in. And then if not, then we'll have someone take over for that. Another short gain. Yeah, Dak and CD has been like a dream come true if you're a Cowboy fan. You used to watch that combination with Amari Cooper, and when Amari Cooper went to the Browns, he took the money, and CD didn't really have necessarily, I think, the confidence of everyone, including the people in the building, that he could be the number one, because at that point, he was like the second or third option behind Amari Cooper. But if you watched him at Oklahoma with Kyler, you knew that he was going to be the man, and he definitely is. He is definitely top 10, and he's played like a top 5 receiver this year. Nice catch. First down, Cowboys. We damn boys, move the chains. Brandon Cooks, the former Oregon State Beaver, I see you. Beavers hired another former player as a head coach. DJU is transferring. Cam Ward from Washington State is transferring. I'm very curious to see where some of these guys land, if the Huskies or Ducks are going to end up getting any of these quarterback transfers. First down and 10. Cowboys offense rolling. Oh, trick play, little end around. CD Lamb with some blockers on the edge. Nice gain. Let's go. David in the building. What's good? Appreciate you, Alan. Thank you for helping out.
Didn't recognize what this offensive line has done. They're a healthy group, number one. You don't see that very often at this point in the season. Been able to build some continuity all year long, and it just seems like the rhythm gets better every week. Second, 4.
There we go. First down, Cowboys. Tony Pollard. It's like you got him, the ball pretty frequently early in the season, but he only had a touchdown. Then they had to go like 8-9 weeks before they started giving him the ball heavy again. Get that man the ball. And it's like when you got a guy that, you decided that was better than Zeke, I'm very confused why it took him so long to be able to get them the ball, but hopefully they can get him the ball more often. Big facts. Oh, incomplete.
Second down and 10. He's got that long arm with his left hand to be able to get.
I'm just pulling up the stats. Pollard has only got 669 yards, which is freaking ridiculous. That is ridiculous. 4 tutties. That's it? 4? Unbelievable. I mean, the guy should be at like 10 tutties. They have 10 total. He should have 10 himself. Dak. Floater. Back of the end zone. And complete. Good defense by the Hawks. Ferguson, the intended tight end. Hybrid in the building. What's good? Hybrid, exactly. They're delusional. Here we go. 3rd down and 10 by Dak. Here we go. Dak, plenty of time in the pocket. Offensive line looking like Zeke's rookie year. Uh-oh. Nice catch right at the marker. Turpin, baby. But there's a flag on the play, probably holding on the offensive line, but let's see. Yeah, but also, too, Hybrid, they're undefeated. So anytime a team is undefeated and then they ended up, losing their quarterback for the season. So we'll see how things, end up playing out. And if Georgia just beats Bama, we don't have any controversy. Michigan's going to beat Iowa by 1 billion. Sarah knows. I don't know what's going to happen with Washington and Oregon, but we are favored by 9.5. I hope we win. Then we'll be number 3. And then it's going to come down to Florida State at 4, undefeated. Or if they lose, or if the referees make them lose, and then Louisville wins, then you're going to end up having Texas or Ohio State in that last spot. I wouldn't mind seeing Washington and Oregon in the college football playoff, honestly, but I know that's not going to happen. It's like we're only going to get one team out of the Pac-12, unfortunately. All right, here we go. 1st down and goal. Penalty on the Hawks. Man in motion. Here we go. Hand it off to Pollard. Good defense by the Hawks, baby. Let's go. Let's go, baby.
We're going to continue to see as they get ready for this stretch run. Zeke Elliott obviously is no longer here. Pollard takes over, coming off that injury in the playoff game against the 49ers. And he's known more really to catch the ball in the backfield, work the perimeter with the toss sweep. But they've got to still have that ability to run physical situations.
All right, here we go. 2nd and goal. Gallup in motion. A little play action fake. Dak, good defense by the Hawks. They always teach you to put your hands up, and there that man is, rookie stud phenom, Devin Witherspoon. Here we go. Let's go, baby. And I know me and Reflect, we know and we study players pretty frequently, and we watch college football, and we were both very skeptical, kind of undersized. We knew it was Pete's guy. Christian Gonzalez looked like the better overall corner from Oregon, but he ended up having a season-ending injury. But since that Giants game, everyone is sold. That pick 6 was a statement play, and we know Witherspoon can play, and I like what I'm seeing from him. Shotgun set, 3rd and goal. Hawks with pressure. Oh, baby, it's 12 noon. You know what time it is. A Hawk sack lunch. Yum, 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 yum. Okay, Hawks. And that's big. You know what I'm saying? Because everyone thinks this game is going to be a rout. It's going to be a 20-point win or more, right? So to be able to have your defense tighten up, and the Seahawks aren't a bad defense. That's the narrative about them in the past. The defense this year actually has been a strong suit for them. It's actually been better than the offense, to be honest. All right, here we go. 4th and goal. Aubrey. And we ain't talking Drake. I know Reflect likes that points. And it's good. 3-0 Cowboys. Let's go, baby. And if someone can help me out with the Sarah's job until we get Matt or Elliot, I'm not sure if you want to do it reflect, but if someone can do that for me, one of the mods that's in the room, I would appreciate it. I don't know who's in there. I think maybe you're the only mod that's in the room at the moment, but if you could do that for me, I would appreciate it. Brittany in the building. How are you? What's good? How are you? 3-0 Cowboys. How's your son? How's life with no NASCAR, no Chase Elliott? We got to wait until next year. I know that he had a little hiatus with the candy because he had the teeth extracted. Is he able to eat candy now? I assume enough weeks have passed now. Hopefully he's doing well. I hope that you are doing well, and you're always one of my favorites. I've missed you, and I hope things are going good in your life. Happy holidays, and after the Patriots continue to keep losing games, you can get rid of Mac Jones, you can get rid of Zappy, or keep him as the backup, and then eventually bring in maybe Drake May, and maybe some of those things will be solved. And you still need help, at running back, at wide receiver, at offensive line, at defense. But if you can get Drake May in there from North Carolina, or a quarterback that's better than who you have, then you can get back into the win column. So let's go, baby. He did? Nice. Heck yeah. All right. So it looks like Sarah's going to be showing up here in a little bit. So she'll be taking the dono duties and the mod duties here in a moment. I thought maybe she fell asleep or something. And but usually we have pretty good communication, with everything. So she will be here shortly. He's good now. Good. That's good to hear. It's good to hear. I know with the Pats, it's been terrible. But again, sometimes it's good to be bad. Like my Buccaneers, Brittany, they started off 3-1, right? And I thought, God damn it. I want to get a quarterback. I want like a Michael Penix Jr., Caleb Williams, Bo Nix. I want Drake May. I want a quarterback. I don't want to win the NFC South. I want draft capital. I want my future franchise quarterback. I don't want Baker for the next 5 years, right? And then all of a sudden I'm 3-1. And I'm like, well, I guess the Saints, Falcons, and Panthers are ass, and they're just going to hand it to me. Thanks a lot, guys. And then we went on a big skid like we are right now. So now I think the Falcons or Saints are going to win it. I don't have to worry. I'll be at the bottom, third place, with a third place schedule next year. And then I'll be able to get a better player, hopefully a quarterback if the Bucs are smart at some point in the first 4 rounds. And we can go from there. But, sometimes to take one step back to go 10 steps forward, it's really, beneficial, for teams. Big facts. It is embarrassing. But again, you have to be able to understand Zappy and Mac are not good enough. And it's better that you realize it now instead of having a bunch of, 8 and 9 seasons or 9 and 8 seasons where you're kind of mediocre, but you're not terrible. You're kind of mid. You're kind of average. It's good that you're this terrible so that way you can move on. So you don't have to worry about seeing Mac Jones ever again. Big facts. Shotgun set. Gino, hands off. Charbonnet with the Chardonnay.
Not being in, you lose that big playability, but you pick up balance, patience.
Yeah, but you got to be honest, regardless if you had a number 1 defense in the league, right? Even if you had like a Niners or a Eagles, Browns, a lot of these teams, Jets, even if you had a really, really big defense, if you're in Dallas and you're on the road and they're 5-0 and Dak plays like a superstar at home, and on top of that, you got Dan Quinn, the best defensive coordinator, Micah Parsons, right, who's one of the best defensive players, and you got Deron Bland, who's got 5 pick sixes, broke a record. It's like they have a full complement team, and Aubrey's a good kicker. So they really don't have any weaknesses except for decision-making from Dak, right, in crucial times. The running game could be better. Offensive line could be better. And also a big part of their downfall is play calling in the playoffs. They might be able to get away with it during the regular season, but play calling in the playoffs has been horrendously bad for Dallas. It's usually head coach, bad. Play calling from the OC, bad. Dak, decision-making, bad. And then defense usually does as much as they can, but it's not usually enough. Flag on Braun. with the false start. Oh, they will, 100%. I've already had a meeting with Bill. He already sent me the message. They are moving on from Mac, 100%. He will not be the starting quarterback for your team next year, especially if you end up having like the second pick in the draft. You're going to pick your franchise quarterback in this draft, 100%. And I think the guy that they got their eyes on is Drake May from North Carolina, who I think would actually be an awesome fit. Oh, what a catch! DK Metcalf! DK Metcalf. Oh, my. Your boy put him on the thumbnail for a reason. And look at that. DK Metcalf. Touchdown. Hawks, baby. Let's go. A lot of times I put a player on the thumb and then they do something big. And sometimes it takes a little while. But, oh, my, what an electric start for DK and Geno. You got no Kenneth Walker III. No problem. No safety over the top. Bye-bye. The 50, the 40, the 30, the 20, the 10, the 5. Deron Bland, you're not picking me off because I'm too big, I'm too fast, and you're too small, baby. Extra point is up. Myers, and it's good. 7-3 Hawks, baby. Yes. That's what I'm talking about. We just want to have a good game. I don't want to see the Cowboys win, by 20 or 30. I don't really give a shit who wins today. I just want a fun back and forth game, and that's what we're getting. Thank you, sports gods. Let's go. Yeah, well, like I said, with quarterbacks, it's one thing when you got Tom Brady and you got Gronk and whatnot, but Mac Jones, he's not it. But it's a number of things. It's confidence. It's Mac Jones just kind of being average to below average. The running back room needs to be better. Ramondre Stevenson is not good enough, I think, to be the guy by himself. They need help. And then the offensive line needs to be better. The defense needs to be better. There are so many pieces that need to be improved for Billy B, but he wants to be the all-time winningest coach of all time. And there's always rumors, if Kraft fires him, he'll go to Tampa. He'll go to the Chargers. And it would be kind of sexy to have Bill go somewhere new and kind of rekindle some greatness in Tampa or in the Chargers in Los Angeles. But I don't see him ever getting fired. With all the championships that he's won, Kraft is going to let him coach as long as he wants until he's done, and then they'll move on from there, in my opinion. So I think that Drake May, after Bill sent me the message, I'm pretty sure that they're going to be more than likely moving on. And if it's not Drake May, I would assume that they'll be going for a quarterback. Problem is, no one wants to jump on a sinking ship. Yeah, but we have to admit with Bill, right? He's not really coaching right now with like motivation. You know what I mean? Because the thing is if you guys were coaching with motivation, right? It's like you guys are tanking without openly saying that you're tanking because it's Bill Belichick. You don't want to come off as this like, oh, this is the best head coach ever, and then this guy can barely win a game or two all year. So sometimes the writing is on the wall, right? And this upcoming draft arguably could be the best quarterback draft in like 20 years. So if there's a chance to get another Tom Brady, Ben Roethlisberger, Phillip Rivers type of talent, and then you maybe put yourself in a position to keep losing instead of to keep winning, it could actually benefit you. You take one step back to go 10 steps forward. So we will see. We will see. Nice for DK, man. First time they've trailed at home all season long. That's crazy.
I love the safety movement there. And the reason that's important is because it creates space for the one-on-one.
Nice job, DK. Way to make it exciting. Way to make it exciting when even Seahawks fans were like, oh, God, this is going to be a long game. This sucks. We don't got Kenneth Walker III. We're going to lose by 10 or 20. And then you get someone like DK Metcalf that says, hold on, not so fast. And if the Hawk defense can play well, they will have a chance. Sports is all about momentum. So I was about to message you when I did. I was like, oh, maybe she fell asleep or maybe she was, doing something else. But I'm glad that you're in the building. All right, baby. Let's get to 100 in donos. Nothing yet. DK is let's be honest. The Hawks have playmakers everywhere. Just because their record is 6-5 doesn't mean that they're a dog shit team. Kenneth Walker III, good player. DK, good player. Lockett, underrated, great player. JSN, good player. They got good players everywhere. Oh, baby, it's 12 noon. You know what time it is. It's time for the Hawk sack lunch. Wearing the throwbacks, baby. Yum, 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 yum. Let's go. Let's go. Reflect with a $5. Thank you, man. Your boy works very, very hard. And it's nice to be able to feel appreciated. Thank you so much. Bang, 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 boom, boom, boom. Bang, bang. $5 holla. Nobody works harder than your boy. Let's go. Appreciate you. Here we go. 3rd down and 16. Hawk defense playing great, which led to the DK touchdown. Holding on the Cowboy offensive line. Call it, damn it. All right, they get the 1st down, but they have to call that holding call. That was so fucking blatant. Where is the flag? Unbelievable. Well, when a guy is holding and then he does this right in front of the ref? Watch this again. Let me see. How many guys are holding on the Cowboy offensive line? Hold. Come on. 63. Come on. And they say, oh, he let go. There's holding on every play, but that was too blatant. I mean, what does it account for holding? 1 second, 2 seconds, 3 seconds, 4 seconds on the jersey? Come on. Going deep and complete. Unbelievable. Flag on now the flag comes out. They're like, oh, we didn't want to call it on 3rd and 16. And Pete's like, where the fuck was my flag on the hold? Right there on the center. Unbelievable. Unbelievable how the referees can dictate a game like that, Obviously, you can pick and choose on holding, and you can't really pick and choose on PI. I guess you can, but should have never had his hand on his shoulder right there, and then he had his hand around his neck. So, yeah, but again, was this a penalty? Yes, it was. Yeah, Tariq Woolen, you haven't been as good as you were last year, but you're still the man. Okay, but what about the hold on that offensive line on 3rd and 16? Jesus Christ, man. That's what makes me frustrated when I watch NFL games, when there's blatant something and then they don't call it and then it changes the momentum of the game. And then the next team or the next drive or the next play, then the team that got ripped off, then they commit a penalty and then they get, pointed at. And then they obviously have like a double whammy. You have one penalty that's not called, then a penalty that was. So it's like you're almost getting punched in the gut twice. That's tough. Now you're fighting the momentum and the Cowboys are in the red zone again. 2nd down and 8. Cowboys threatening on the 15. Here we go. Dak, play action fake. Touchdown, Cowboys. C.D. Lamb. Bang. Wow, this game is going to be fun. This game is going to be fun. Just like Allen says, touchdown, Cowboys. We damn boys. Oh, baby. C.D. Lamb. And you knew he was going to be a superstar if you watch college ball. A lot of people don't. But if you watched him at college, he was catching everything. He is a part of my NWSF hands team, and he can do it everywhere and anywhere. I love it. Extra point is up by Aubrey, and we ain't talking Drake, and it's good. 10-7. We damn boys. Let's go. Oh, baby. What a game. I'm loving it. I'm like McDonald's right now. I'm loving it. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. All right, I got to throw up some DK. I got to throw up a little DK Metcalf. I got to throw up a little CD Lamb. My goodness. What a start. And this game is a lot better than people were thinking. They were thinking, oh, this is going to be played out like maybe with the Hawks when they were bad back in the day, and the Cowboys are going to roll. And it's just nice to be able to see a team that I still feel that will be a wild card team with a tough schedule, fight back, and way to fight back with DK. And obviously when you're wearing the throwbacks, you already know what it is. Extra motivation anytime a team wears throwbacks. I don't give a shit what anyone says. When you're wearing the throwbacks, you're representing the 80s and 90s or whenever that jersey was worn, and you're representing those players that wore that jersey, whether it be Steve Largent, whether it be Cortez Kennedy. I don't give a shit, but what I do give a shit about is watching great football, and we're getting some tonight, baby. Let's go. Let's freaking go. Stud, man. All right, Cowboys. We damn boys. What a stud. What a stud. I mean, obviously, fantasy owners that got DK and CD are loving it. Matt in the building. What's good? How are you, brother? You see, like, how we can send things back and forth on Twitter X with, like, ducks and stuff? It's cool. You know, you might not do it with anybody else on the channel, but again, because you and me are close with the ducks and whatnot, but it's cool. You know, rumors, you know, it may be true, it may be not. There's a lot of people that are on there that do misinformation, but anytime something cool like that custom duck cover with Bo Nix, cool. DJU transferring out, cool, right? Cam Ward transferring out, cool. Like, we might have a chance to land one of these guys. So, appreciate you very, very much, and I'm glad that you finally came to the dock side with the Twitter X. Oh, baby. Let's go. Let's go, baby. Hope everyone is having a fantastic Thursday. Let's go. CD Lamb doing CD things. Oh, baby. This is make, you know, like when you're like looking forward to watch a game, you don't anticipate that when it's not going to have the starting running back and Kenneth Walker III, that it's going to go like this. But I'm so thrilled that we're actually getting a competitive matchup early, and maybe the Cowboys blow them out in the second half. But there is a chance that Seahawks win this game, you know, and they can prove the doubters wrong. And they're looking at the schedule and thinking to themselves, shit, we got to win because the next few games are going to be almost fucking impossible. They got the Niners and the Eagles after this. That is not easy by any means. Let's go, baby. All right, Hawks, your turn. And that's always a great thing about sports, especially with myself not being biased. I can truly sit back and enjoy life and enjoy sports from a non-biased commentary and just love greatness where I see. Is CD Lamb great? Damn right he is. Is DK Metcalf great? Yes, he is. And I'm just glad that we're being able to showcase these awesome wide receivers on display on TNF, aka Thursday Night Football on Amazon Prime. All right, Gino, your turn. Play action fake, bootleg. We got pressure on the edge. Tyler Lockett, fight off that tackler. Tyler, get to the door and lock it, baby. Let's go. One of the most underrated wide receivers in the entire NFL. Let's go, baby.
Keep in mind, he's 6'3", he's got length, he's up 210 pounds, but Dan Quinn says with our system, some of the safeties and linebackers can be interchangeable, but he has great instincts as you see there in coverage.
Meg is in the building. What's up, Meg? Flag is thrown. Jackson Smith Najigba, JSN. Flag on the play. Might be a hold. Let's see the call from the ref. DK Metcalf with the holding penalty. I need recommendations from y'all on what new show I need to watch after I finish Game of Thrones. So I started Game of Thrones from season 1, episode 1, and I am a freak. I'm already on season 2, I think episode 2, and it's been like a day. So I do sleep. I promise you that. I do a lot of reading. I do a lot of film study. My time, obviously, I'm active, with my time and whatnot. But if you guys have any shows, it doesn't have to be something new. It could be like a throwback show, but I'm kind of leaning towards The Sopranos. And I was going to do The Sopranos. It was very back and forth because I haven't watched that show in entirety, very, very minimal. So I was thinking, you know what? It would be very exciting to watch that show. And I know it's critically acclaimed. And I know I would love it because I like kind of that gangsta shit. I like that, the crime, the drugs, Mayans MC, Sons of Anarchy, if it's gang related, it doesn't matter if it's like the mafia, and we're talking about like, DeVito, over there on the Giants, or if we're going somewhere like, like a biker gang with Mayans MC or Sons of Anarchy, but I'm here for it. Nice catch right there by Tyler Lockett. Let's see if it ends up being on Dallas. I assume it is on Dallas there. Lawman, Meg in the building. How are you? I might have to watch Lawman. Meg is a really, really, really special person to me. I've known her for over 10 years, and we used to work together. And it's just nice when you can kind of catch up and reminisce and, get to know each other on a deeper level. Meg in the building, one of my personal favorites. All right, here we go. Hand off. Charbonnet with the Chardonnay. Charbonnet with the short game. Lawman. What was Lawman on, Meg? What was Lawman on? Was that Netflix? Was that Hulu? Everyone say hello to Meg and greet her well. All right, baby. Mike McCarthy on the play sheet. Pete Carroll frustrated as hell. His hair can't get any more grayer. 2nd down and 8, 10-7 Cowboys. We damn boys. Less than 3 minutes to go. Let's see if the Cowboys bring blitz. Play action fake. Gino, floater, going deep. Got a man. What a catch. Touchdown. You wish. First down, Hawks. Let's go. Paramount. Oh, okay. Oh, nice tackle by the Cowboys. Micah Parsons and company bringing the wood. I see you. All right, getting down to the 2-minute warning. Paramount. What's the premise of Lawman? Now I got to look that up. See, it sounds like it's good. I think I've heard of that before. Let me take a look. What do we got here? Ooh, it's like Western style. Okay. I'm into that. Yeah. He's only in his 20th year in the league. 20 years on an offensive line. It's impressive these quarterbacks play until they get to 40, but you see an offensive lineman at 41 years old still playing. That's about our boy Andrew Woodward, huh? Yeah. I'm a big fan of Yellowstone. So Yellowstone is huge for me. Like, Beth and everybody. Costner does a great job. I mean, if you got great actors and actresses, I'll watch anything. And if it's got good writing in it. Let's go. So Sarah is my lead mod, and then obviously we have mods with like Reflect and Matt and a few others, and we'll see if we get a few more people to come through later on today. I know we'll get a lot more people tomorrow because we're doing the Ducks and the Huskies, and we've been averaging about 1,000 to like 3,000, on those. So we'll have, I think, quite a few more people since I'm kind of known as the Oregon Duck live streamer on YouTube. So, oh, Gino gets tripped up, incomplete on 3rd down and 5. Drive stalls. He's lined up outside. He's going to probably go around you or work back inside. He works back inside, but watch the guard not realize until too late. If you're going to help out, you got to commit outside quicker because 11 one-on-one against Cross is a mismatch, and he made him pay for it there. All right, here we go. Jason Myers hasn't been very good this year. 25 for 31. I had him in fantasy last year, and I was able to use him as a sleeper, kicker to try to make myself go deeper in the playoffs. And he's a little hit or miss this year. We got a whistle now on 4th down and 5. Who's it on? Delay a game. That's tough. Pete is pissed. Oh, Pete is pissed. Oof. And you don't want Myers going that opposite direction. If it was last year, no problem. But this year, the farther back that he goes, and even some of the short kicks, you can't really guarantee that he's going to make even a 20 or 25-yarder at all times. It's not like Blake Groupie, on the Saints where all his 6 missed field goals have been past 40. Myers? And I hate to say that. I don't want to talk shit into existence, but I knew that was going to happen. It's not like I'm trying to say the guy sucks or he's not good. You know what I mean? But again, I had him in fantasy last year. I wasn't going to pick him this year, and that's exactly the reason why. You know what I mean? The guy lost his confidence. He lost his leg, and he's not as accurate as he was. Buh. That's tough. That is tough. And 4 lines for $25 a line. That camera is sharing pics from the slopes. You do not want to see yourself skiing. Yeah, I'm good at skiing. You're stuck on minutes. This holiday at T-Mobile, get 4 new iPhone 15s on us and 4 lines of unlimited for $25 a line. Yeah. And that's his problem. It's like the trajectory looks like it's going to be lined up, and then all his kicks, it feels like there's like wind, or you see those like memes and those GIFs and GIFs like on, either TikTok or Instagram or Twitter X, where like someone is watching a game, right? And they have like them or their dad or their brother, and they have like a box fan. And it's like at the end of the game, and it's really crucial. And then they have the fan up next to the TV to blow the football from the fan's air in your house through the TV to make the kicker miss, right? You've seen those like funny videos, and then it happens, and then they go crazy. It's like one of those, except it just happens to Myers on a regular basis. So, and that makes me nervous against the Huskies tomorrow because we got Camden Lewis, and I don't really trust him. Like Myers, I don't trust him. And if I don't trust you, I can see where Dan Lanning may go for it more often. And I was very pissed early in the year when he decided to go for it after that pick on Michael Penix Jr. before the first half. And then the beginning of the third quarter, we missed out on 2 field goals. We lost by 3. We could have won by 3. But if you don't trust your kicker, I get it. But I didn't realize that maybe Camden Lewis is on this downward trajectory slope where if it's like really, really close, maybe he can make it. But I think anything past 40, I don't trust him. I don't think the coaching staff does either. It's not like having Jason Siegel or one of the guys that I really loved back in the day. So we will see. We will see, what happens moving forward. Right. They better hope. Well, I mean, I doubt that the game is going to be decided by 3, but we will find out. All right, Cowboys. Dak, your turn. First down, Cowboys. Move the chains. And this game is on Amazon Prime if you want to watch along. Let me know what you want to do for photos. So anyone that donates, to me on the channel, whether you're new or you're watching on Twitter X or wherever you're watching from, anytime anyone donates any amount, $1 to however much. I mean, I think what's our record is $1,300 for a single donation. And then obviously I think the lowest you can do is 99 cents, but I can throw up a couple photos or whatever your favorite thing is. It doesn't even have to be football related. It can be football. It can be food. It can be wrestlers. Anything I can do for you guys for your mental health. That's what I'm here for, to try to make things better in a rough world that we live in, and a little smile, for a person when they're having a rough time. I'm willing to do whatever I can to be able to make you guys happy and to make ourselves happy, right? Big facts. Second down and 10. We got less than 20 seconds to go. 10-7 Cowboys. Here we go. Second down and 10. Play action fake. Dak. Pass to the outside. C.D. Lamb. Oh, late tackle. Is that a flag? Tariq Woolen says, hey. CD's like, what's up, bro? All right. End of the first quarter. Dallas Cowboys. We damn boys. 10. Seattle Seahawks. 7. That is actually the best first quarter that you could have asked for. I mean, besides the missed field goal, if we could have got that field goal to be 10-10, it would have been perfect. But I'll take a 9 out of 10 with a 10-7 game. It's not 0-0. It's not 3-0. It's not 3-3. It's not 6-3. And we got DK and CeeDee Lamb with a tutty already. Oh, okay. All right. I'll definitely check that out. Oh, you're good. You're a multitasking woman like myself, me being a man, and I'm always multitasking. I got to be able to talk to you. I got to be able to grind. I got to be able to, do many, many things. But yeah, I'll probably end up checking that out. Like I said, I got to finish Game of Thrones first, right? I got to watch Game of Thrones first, finish that, and then maybe Sopranos, and then or maybe Lawman and then Sopranos. But I do, it's not like I'm going to go out of my way necessarily to watch like old country westerns from back in the day with like John Wayne or anything like that, even though he's a stud and his stuff is awesome from back in the day. But if it ends up being kind of like country based like Yellowstone, like as soon as I saw one episode of Yellowstone at the very beginning when it first aired, I was hooked. Same thing with like True Blood. I'm not really into vampires or the vampire scene, but when I end up watching True Blood on HBO for the very first time and I'm seeing people explode and I love the cast and the characters, I was hooked. And so sometimes, it's the actors, the actresses, the storyline, the vibe. And if you can immerse yourself in the story, it's like sometimes when I watch shows like True Blood, I feel like I'm there, like I'm in Louisiana and I'm with like Lafayette and I'm with some of the characters and I feel like I'm a part of the show. That's when you know a show is perfect because you get sucked in where you feel you're actually a part of the show. Big facts. Ooh, Deadwood. That's another good one. Deadwood, yes. I'm not really sure if Oregon has always been the better team. I mean, if they're undefeated, we lost one game and we lost to them, so we have to give them credit. I don't have to be this Oregon Duck biased, psychotic fucker that's always Oregon this, Oregon that. They're undefeated for a reason. They got NFL players on their team like we do, right? And yeah, we had some questionable decisions there, but if we didn't trust our kicker, right, and we decided to go for it, but we didn't realize that maybe that kicker was that way at that point of the season, but if you look at past that game after we lost, we've played better than Washington. Bo Nix has played better than Michael Penix Jr. We have a better offensive line. We have a number one center in college football in Jackson Powers, and we got a top 10 defense, which Washington doesn't have. So that's why Michael Penix Jr. has more picks, and their defense hasn't been as good. Injuries is a big part of it. So let's not overlook the Huskies. They are very, very good. 3rd down and 4, shotgun set. Dak with the keeper. Ooh, good tackle. Shoestring. Yeah. All right. So, okay. So I got Deadwood. I got to be on that. And then Meg with the lawman. I got to be on that as well. Okay. Well, you guys already set me up. So and then I got Sopranos, which I'm doing that too. So Game of Thrones, which is going to take me, a normal person, it would take a while, but knowing me, I'll probably end up getting through 6, 7, 8 seasons of Game of Thrones in a matter of like a week and a half. But we'll see. And then obviously we have to go to Deadwood. We have to go to Sopranos. And then I got to do Lawman for Meg. Handoff. Tony Pollard on 4th down and 1 towards the sideline. 1st down, Cowboys. Move the chains.
On 4th and short, instead of working to the middle the way the old Cowboys would with Zeke Elliott, now you work for the front. See, now when you're bored at work, Meg, and you have free time, instead of watching like Big Brother or you can always watch whatever you want to watch when you're at work. But if you're at work while I'm streaming, you can always hop in. You don't have to necessarily. you can come hang out, spy on me. We can talk, and then it's like, we can always talk by message as well, through our phones. But I mean, if you're already just chilling and it's slow at work, yeah, feel free to come through and come hang out anytime. It'll make the day go by a little bit faster too. And we have some amazing people that are a part of this, NWSF family. I've been grinding for 11 years. I've been on YouTube for 7. And, every stream is different. Some will have more people in it, but it's not really about how much money I make each stream or how many people show up. It's just being able to create a good vibe, for people each day, and making things better for each person every day and having good vibes. And that's really what it comes down to.
You know, the subs will be there, the likes will be there, the donos. Some days will be better than others. You know what I mean? But it's just being able to have a good community where we don't have trolls or any bullshit, and we can enjoy each other's company. Big facts. Yeah, I didn't know if they were going to go for it there as well. But when you got Dak and you got Tony Pollard and a pretty good offensive line, you know, you're at home, you're 5-0. What are you afraid of? The Hawks defense is better than it has been in the last few years, but you know, you're at home. You're supposed to win this game. But I agree. I thought maybe they were just going to try to draw them off sides. But let's take a look at the schedule here. Next 4 games. Cowboys versus the Eagles, at Buffalo, at Miami, versus Detroit. So the Cowboys and the Seahawks are going to be going through the ringer. Seahawks next 4 games. Tough, right? What do they got? They got obviously this game right now, right? And then let's go back. I got to go flip back here. I was just clicking on it earlier, but I had the Dallas profile up. So next 4 games for Seattle might be the hardest stretch of all time. We got Cowboys tonight for Seattle, then at the Niners versus the Eagles. So versus the Niners, they lost. At Cowboys tonight, at Niners next week, and then versus the Eagles. Nice tackle by the Hawks.
A guy that was really more of a special teams guy, you know, especially going back to 20, he play in 21, special teams again, and with Zeke Elliott moving on, not only does Pollard move
Rico, Uncle Rico.
Becomes what Pollard has been. Kind of that second option, much more physical, as you saw in that run there.
3rd down and 2. Here we go. Shotgun set. Dak looking for a man. CeeDee Lamb hurdles, stripped. Oh, he almost got stripped. Nice. 1st down. Cowboys. I was really nervous right there that ball was going to get punched out, and now we got a flag. That might be a hold on the offensive line. Bring it back. But let's see. No flag. 1st down, Cowboys. We damn boys. Move the chains. Allen loves it. Let me look.
Now he's relying on this scheme with Mike McCarthy and Brian Schottenheimer.
Wow, 22 really went for that strip when he went airborne. Good thing CD's got strong fingers and strong hands, baby. Pete is livid right now. All right, here we go. 1st down and goal. Man in motion. Play action fake. Dak. Bootleg. Rolling to his outside. Throwing it to the pylon. Incomplete. Flag on the play. Another flag. It's a flag party. Okay. Mike McCarthy's like, what? Yeah, prayers up, too. I know you have a family member, your grandpa who's ill in the hospital and not doing too well, so prayers up. Anything that we can do for you, you know that, you know, we are the Fanatic family here, you know, and we're a little bit closer on the channel here than most channels. You know, a lot of channels have a lot of toxic people because most of the hosts don't give a shit. They just want subs, and they'll do whatever it takes to be able to increase their number, even if it's having to deal with douchebags and assholes in the room, and I won't put up with that. So prayers up, and I hope things can get better for you in any way that they can. That's a tough situation. 1st and goal. Here we go. Shotgun set. Dak steps up in the pocket. Good protection. Bootleg rolling to his right. Got a man. Incomplete. CeeDee Lamb got tripped up on his own 2 feet.
Down here, but they sit back and play more zone.
Yeah, we're a family here. We know that. Here we go. Shotgun set. Second down and goal. Dak with a rifle laser. Touchdown, Cowboys. Oregon State Beavers. Brandon Cooks. Bang. All right, Brandon, I see you. Cooks is cooking.
Makes it pretty easy to be able to throw the Cooks across the middle, wide open. He's able to just go right where that blitz came from the backer. Here comes Jordan Brooks. 5 coming, 6 covering.
Extra point is up. Aubrey, and we talking Drake, and it's good. We damn boys. Okay. We started it off with a little CD Lamb, and then we're going to finish it up with a little dip of Brandon Cooks in the kitchen, baby. Okay. I see you. I got a nice one here for you, too. Remember these ones? Oh, baby, with the white helmets. All right, Brandon, I see you. You've been a journeyman. A lot of people remember you getting knocked out in the playoffs or, deep in the Super Bowl, AFC, NFC championship game, Super Bowl. They kind of have memories of you getting knocked out and being eliminated from the game on multiple different teams when they've gone on their run. But you're very solid. I think people underappreciate you. And what a touchdown by Brandon Cooks. The Cowboys are cooking. Okay, 17-7. Hawks, your turn. Let's go, baby. All right, let's go. DK got a touchdown, but they're going to need another one if they want to be able to survive, baby. You feel me? They're going to need another one. What do you want to do for photos? You want some Michael Penix Jr. For your dono? And what do you want for Reflect? You got something specific that you want? I got you. Hawks got to respond here, but then they have a field goal kicker they don't trust. The score could be 17-10 and you're fine. You know what I mean? But when you don't have a kicker that you can trust, it's going to make you forced to go for fourth down and whatnot. So it's like the same thing with the Oregon Ducks. I think that Camden Lewis is better than Jason Myers, but it still makes me hella nervous. And this is crazy in our fantasy football league through the channel. I've never had the channel already decide the playoffs with 2 weeks to go. So, I mean, the playoff structure is set. And shout out. Obviously, your boy had to work very hard to get where he is. Chief will looks like he'll be in 4th place more than likely. And then either Reflect or Fo King Money will be number 2. Definitely excited to see where it goes. And we could have a champion out of those 4 names. And, of course, your boy went on the wire and picked up Pat Fryer Muth. So I got all the tight ends on my team. I lost Mark Andrews. No problem. I got who? Who do I got? Laporta, right? I got Fryer Muth, and I got Taysom Hill. So we'll see where it goes. Sometimes you got to bankroll, and you got to be able to hoard players. And just like Reflect hoards the running backs, I'm going to hoard the quarterbacks and the tight ends if I need to. Let's go. Let's go, baby. And I'm actually going to start Patrick Mahomes. You know, he did good last week. Do I trust him at Green Bay? No. Green Bay played great against Detroit, but I trust Patrick Mahomes. So I have to understand that even I would assume that they'll win that game, but it might be closer than people think because Green Bay has been playing pretty good. But again, they played great against Detroit, during, obviously Thanksgiving. But I have to go there unless I go with Sam Howell against Miami. I guess I could go that route as well and get a guaranteed 17 points, but sometimes you got to take risks in fantasy. You feel me? Gino, screen pass. Noah Fant, first down, Hawks. And I can't wait to get Jay Jetta back, baby. I'm ready. I just hate seeing Mark Andrews on IR, but at least I get Jetta back. But now I got Keenan Allen, who hasn't practiced for 2 days, and I don't have Jay Jetta to put in. That makes me nervous. He's got the 3rd most receptions through 11 games in NFL history, and he's the number 2 rated wide receiver. Let's go, Keenan Allen. And he's got a quad problem. He hasn't practiced in 2 days, so I might have to throw Najee Harris at my my flex, which I feel comfortable with, but it's not Keenan Allen. All right, handoff. Charbonnet, drink some Chardonnay. About a gain of 4. Let's go, baby. Ohtani, I don't know. I mean, they got Ohtani mocked up in so many uniform combos. Rangers, Yankees, Mariners, freaking every team that you could possibly think of. I have no idea where he's going to go. But what I will say is that he looks the best in a Mariner uniform to me. I don't know if it's just like that Asian vibe, that Ichiro Asian Japanese vibe, but I think he looks really slick in that uniform. I think he looks good in the Dodger uniform as well. I think he looks good on the Rangers. There's just like certain uniforms that he looks better than others, but I think he looks very, very like natural looking, on certain uniforms compared to others. But we don't know. It just depends if he's willing to take less money or not. What happened to my hands? Come on, DK. How could you drop that? Let's go. But, I mean, the Dodgers probably will be the front runner. They got the most money, and they got Mookie and Freddie. It kind of makes sense, for him to go to the West Coast. So that's why I'm kind of thinking it's not going to be somewhere in the Midwest or the East Coast. He wants to be as closer to Japan, based off the flight schedule, to be able to go back and forth from the Pacific Ocean. And I think he would rather go through the Pacific Northwest or California and LA rather than on the East Coast and flying that direction. So, but we will see. But the Mariners aren't going to spend money, unfortunately. They had rumored that maybe we'll get Juan Soto and JD Martinez. I'd be cool with that, but I just don't think the Mariners are going to spend money. But if they do and get those 2 pieces and we don't get Ohtani, I'll be happy. But I don't know. It just doesn't seem realistic that it's going to happen. I don't know if it's really, truly going to happen because the Mariners are so goddamn cheap. Or Blake Snell. Oh my God, I would lose it. But we need hitting. Gino, going deep, PI. It's a flag party. There's a flag on the play, and it's pass interference. Tyler, get to the door and lock it, baby. Yeah, I mean, that would firm up our DH spot right from game 1, not game 60 to figure out it's Mike Ford, and then going away from him and then getting Murphy in there and then taking him out and then he got hurt. It's like we got to be able to have some kind of structure if we want to get back to the playoffs again. I would love JD Martinez. I like him. He's old, but I mean, he's a good contact hitter. He was good for the Dodgers. Snell, one of the best pitchers in baseball still. And obviously, I'm not a big fan of Juan Soto, but if he came to the Mariners, of course, I'll root for him. I won't buy his jersey, though. Oh, over his head. Incomplete. JSN, the intended receiver. Second down and goal, 17-7 Cowboys. A very entertaining game just because of the uniforms alone are sick. But you know what makes me sick? When the Cowboys get big hits like that and the offensive line for Seattle doesn't do their job. Nice tackle by the Cowboys. Nice job, Dallas. We damn boys. But even if you're a Dallas fan, I think it's very easy to see that the Seahawks uniforms are amazing. Anything that you see that's from the 80s and 90s is beautiful. There's a reason why people love the 80s and 90s as much as they do is because the colors and the combos of style are just so much better than what we have now. Gino? Incomplete. It's a flag party. One of the best uniforms ever. The 80s Seahawks uniform and the 90s. I love them. Everyone says, oh, I know you're a Tampa fan. What do you think about those creamsicle orange? I don't really like them that much. I mean, they're okay. Like, if we're going to talk about top 5 old school throwbacks, Tampa's is last. The Eagles is better with the Kelly Greens. The Houston Oilers is better. The Patriots is better. The Seahawks is 10 times better. Like, Tampa's creamsicle orange. I'm not really a guy that likes orange. I mean, it looks like the Tennessee Volunteers, and I'm more like a Florida Gator representative, so it's like, now if they wore the white jersey with the orange numbers, I like that throwback, the Steve Young throwback, but the orange with the white numbers, like the Doug Williams style, not really that big of a fan. Touchdown Hawks. Like, it's okay, but it's not as good as the other ones. There we go. Zach Charbonnet. Give him a couple glasses of Chardonnay. Give it to him, baby. There we go. Nice job. UCLA, Chip Kelly. They know what they're doing. They know how to develop players. You got to run the football. You cannot go away from that one bit. Come on, Myers. Kick is up right down the middle, and it's good. There we go. There we go. We got to make sure we hit you with a throwback if you're not familiar with who Zach Charbonnet is. And obviously Charbonnet with the Chardonnay, it would make sense for him to get into the wine business. And I see you, baby. CJ McCollum, I see you too, baby. Let's go. I got to give you a photo from back in the day so you know what he looked like back then. Not everyone watches the Pac-12 as heavy as me, so it's always nice to be able to have an image of a player and what they look like in college, once they actually make it to the pros. Let's go, baby. I'll see you. Nice job. 17-14 Dallas. It should be 17-17, but I'll take it. Nice job. Very entertaining game. I think a lot of people were like, fuck this game. I'm not watching it, or I don't really care that much. But it ends up being amazing. And the thing is, Charbonnet is doing exactly what Kenneth Walker III was going to do right there. Get in the end zone. So if Charbonnet can get in the end zone one more time in the second half, I think they're going to have a chance to, be close, to be able to have an opportunity to possibly, tie or win the game, depending on how the defense holds up in the second half. But you got to give him credit. Like I said, when an RB2 can play like an RB1, salute. All right, my buddy just sent me a message about the Blazers, so now I got to take a look. Well, especially with their schedule, bro. I mean, how many people could really, survive? All right, you've lost Kenneth Walker III for a few games. He's one of the heart and souls of the team. Okay, you got obliterated on fucking Thanksgiving because Kenneth Walker III was not there. Regardless if they're at home, everyone knew they were going to lose that game. Everyone, even Seahawks fans, unless you were delusional. You knew that you weren't winning against the Niners at that particular game. Now you got the Cowboys at the Cowboys. Tough. Then you got next week at the Niners. Is that another loss? And then you get no break. And then the next week after that is versus the Eagles. I mean, the only thing after that gets easier, Titans, easy. Steelers might be tough. And then Cardinals, easy at the end, but a trap game. Because when you play an opponent that's in the division, you know what could happen. I'm glad it's entertaining, though. And then they flex the Monday night game so we don't have to see the Patriots again. So they flex the Seahawks and the Eagles in a couple weeks from now. Yeah, and then we'll be able to do so we're going to be doing, so we got this game tonight, then we got the Huskies and Ducks for the Pac-12 championship, and then we're going to do Georgia and Bama on Saturday for the SEC championship, Eagles and Niners at 1:25 on Sunday, and then I'll take no break unless I have a little break with Paisley, and then I'll be doing the Chiefs with Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce and the Swifties going against, obviously Jordan Love and all those fans at Lambeau for Green Bay. Let's go.
Together. Jerry Jones likes to call Mike McCarthy the busiest man in Dallas.
Yeah, no question about that. Right now, fourth year. A lot of success in one of his years, almost 13 full seasons.
Here we go. First down and 10. Handoff. Pollard, short gain. So it's a lot of grind, you know what I mean? But like I said, when you have a passion for something, in life, whether it be for another person, whether it be for a dream or a goal, you just got to make sure you give it your all. You don't want to leave anything on the table. You always want to make sure that that person knows how you feel, or you have a dream or a goal. You got to let the other people know where you're coming from and where you're going. What a hurdle. Wow. I didn't know Ferg had it like that. Awesome to see you in the streams, Meg. She's like, I'm going to be spying on you all day. And I'm here for it. Oh, what a tackle. Big hit. Third down and 1. Pound the rock. Here we go. Dak with his cadence. Handoff. There we go. Tony Pollard. First down, Cowboys. We damn boys. Move the chains. Let's go.
Getting off of that double team up to Bobby Wagner right there, he puts him on his back and it gives him enough room there to pick up that.
Keep giving it to Tony Pollard. I mean, you didn't get rid of Zeke for nothing. Here we go. Little screen. Blockers downfield. Nice. Put your head down. First down, Cowboys. Keep giving this man the rock, baby. Plus, it's always unique and different to be able to have people come through, to a stream if they've never been here before. It's like, it's one thing to be a host, but when you got to fully produce a show on your own, it takes a lot of effort, to be able to go through things. But it makes it worth it when I have great people in the room like all of y'all. Nice catch. Stretching for that first down. C.D. Lamb playing like a top 5, top 3 wide receiver this year. Kind of tough to say, like, who the best wide receiver is in the NFL. I mean, there's multiple guys that have been playing out of their minds this year. Obviously Jay Jetta, got hurt. Jamar Chase normally would be up there, but he got hurt for a little bit as well. And he hasn't really, and then they got no Burrow. So we already know Tyreek has been playing out of his mind. C.D. Lamb has been playing out of his mind. I mean, there's been quite a few at the very top of the charts. Keenan Allen's been playing great. Amon-Ra, St. Brown's played great. I mean, it's just nice to be able to see this new wave of receivers, take over from, the guys that we were kind of had at the top with the Devontae Adams and the Tyreek, the Jay Jetta. Now you're starting to see a new wave. And honestly, if Aaron Rodgers never got hurt, I think we would be talking about Garrett Wilson right now as well. Oh yeah. Pittman has proved that he's a wide receiver 1, and I was still kind of skeptical if he could, come to that role, but as long as he gets enough targets, I think he can be the one. Third down and inches. A little tush push of their own. First down, Cowboys. Move the chains.
He's always been a great player, but he's even more on point now because I think he has even a better appreciation for the way we do things and losing that for a year and coming back because he's a Seahawk. This is his home.
12th year in the league, and he still leads the team in tackles among the league leaders with 113, 2.5 sacks. He comes.
B-Wags. Bobby Wagner. Someone needs to make a play. First down and 10. Shotgun set. Dak. Screen pass to C.D. Lamb. Nice speed there. Second down.
You imagine how fired up Jamal Adams is. Sure. Went to LSU, grew up in this area, went to high school here, played high school football games on this field, so he's wound up trying to make a difference tonight. The older he gets, the more and more he becomes almost like a linebacker that spots.
Megan in the building. What's good? Happy. Is it your birthday today or is it tomorrow? Happy early birthday or happy birthday. And they're playing much better than you even anticipated. I know you're wearing your custom jersey, but I know, on certain games where that it's going to be really tough and more than likely you're going to lose, but you got to hope for the best. But they're playing really well with all things considered. I just wish Myers, happy birthday. I just wish Myers wasn't so inconsistent. I wish Myers was playing like Myers like last year. Then the game would be tied and then you would actually have a chance to win, which you still do. But if you don't have a kicker that is confident, and you guys, might end up losing by 3 or 6 instead of losing by 10 or 20, like some people thought. But Charbonnet's been playing well. The only downside is the field goal kicker and extra point kicker with Jason Myers, but he at least, made the extra point. So we'll see where it goes. But hopefully, you guys keep playing tough, and I like the heart that you guys are showing today. Hope you have a great one. Second down and 14, 17-14 Cowboys. Here we go. Dak going to his check down man. Dowdle running into a hawk sack lunch of players. I see you. 3-4 guys, including B-Wags right there. Sandwiched him up like an Oreo cookie. I see you. Third down and 7. What an amazing first half. Shotgun set, man in motion. Dak. Hawks trying to bring pressure up the middle. Laser throw, caught. Brandon Cooks hit him with the skirt. First down, Cowboys. Move the chains. He's shifting. I watched him at Oregon State, so I already knew, what he was going to be in the NFL. And if you remember when he was at Oregon State, he was like, the leading pass catcher, yards, receptions. I mean, he was just at Oregon State, so everyone wanted to doubt that he wouldn't be able to do it in the NFL. And he's proven the haters wrong, that he's still here. And he may not be a wide receiver 1, but he's a very capable wide receiver 2, 3, or 4, depending on how deep you are at wide receiver at that particular time. And he's had kind of a rebirth and a resurgence in his career as of late, which is awesome to see from someone from the Pacific Northwest. Big facts. Let's go. What a game. All right, talk soon. Happy birthday, and I look forward to talking to you, and good luck today. Hopefully you guys can pull off this dub.
But I can bench 350. It's just a play name. Okay, I have a play name then. It's called double pump fake. I'm stronger than you. I can bench 350, and I'm a good tackle. That's not a play name. With coverage for your whole lineup in the app, it's easy to Geico. What about Red Zone 120? I'm good at football. I'm a good football analyst, and I open the lane better than anybody. I go block, 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 block. I block it here. I block it there.
What a game. All right, let me take a quick look. Let's see if I can go here. We'll go to some stats while we're in. And is there anything specific that you want? I don't know if I saw what you typed in there, Reflect. Anything that you want to see? I know sometimes you'll donate and you don't necessarily need a picture, but I'll at least get you some stuff when we get into halftime. We can throw up some Huskies and Duck photos or whatever for tomorrow. And I can hit you with some Rome. I can hit you with some Michael Penix Jr. And regardless if we win or we lose, like I said, I'm going to be rooting for, one of the Pac-12 guys to be able to get the Heisman and to try to win this whole damn thing in the Natty and represent for the Pac-12 in its last year of existence. So most Oregon fans would not say something like that. Most Husky fans would not say something like that. But again, I'm not like a typical Duck fan. I'm a fan of greatness. So I'm not going to be a hater. And I'm very excited to see what happens in the college football playoff moving forward.
People. We're excited to continue partnering with the NFL. Recently in Kansas City and at the NFL Solutions.
All right, we got DK there.
Where we served over 600 in need.
We got DK there, and I got one more DK for you at least. That's the least I can do, I like to work hard. I don't like to be lazy. If that means I got to push fucking 25 buttons, in a matter of a couple of minutes, and I got to grind. I'd rather grind than not. I'm not a lazy person. I like to give it my all. And I don't want any time wasted. If I'm fully producing the show, I don't want, there to be any time where I'm just sitting. I want to continuously move my body, and get things going, throughout the whole broadcast. There we go, baby. Uh-oh. Pete's chewing down on that gum. Get him some more bubble yum, some bubblicious. All love, Meg. All love. First and goal. Dak with the keeper tries to run over Tariq Woolen. Short game.
Pete Carroll runs down the ball timeout here. It's his second. Dak Prescott tonight, I think what we've seen is a continuation of what we've seen over the last 4 or 5 weeks as far as the trust and confidence that he has.
It's funny how when you meet certain people in your life and how everything kind of comes together. It's like I feel all of us can be broken, at some point or another, whether we make mistakes ourselves, we learn from them, or we get mistreated or people do bad things to us, But again, it's all about how you respond, and it's all about, just keeping the faith, and sometimes, you have these incredible blessings that walk into your life and they change your life for the better. Shotgun set, second down and goal. Dak, get away from that sack lunch. Oh, baby, it's 12 noon. You know what time it is. Time for a sack lunch. Yum, 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 yum. Oh, baby. Squeeze-Its, Pop-Tarts, PB&Js, fruit, all that. Holding on the O-line. Yes. Smith with the hold.
There's where Smith has to grab onto him to try to keep him away from his quarterback. Nice call there by Clint Hurt, the defensive coordinator.
Oh, they declined the penalty. I was about to say, why would you accept that? Decline it. But again, strategy is strategy here. Third and goal. All the clips, baby.
30 seconds on. Interesting game on so many levels here. We talked both teams obviously beforehand. The other thing I'm thinking about, trap game is an overused phrase, but when you look at Dallas' schedule, the way they're playing, and the way Seattle's playing, this could be semi-trap.
Yeah, I think so. But I do think Dallas is executing pretty well. I think they just run into a different Seattle team. I think Pete Carroll got his team. Let's face it, Thanksgiving, national TV, they got embarrassed by the 49ers. Niners played great. And I think he's got an angry team that's trying to make amends for not just last week, the last 4 weeks.
But the sad thing is no matter how many wins the Cowboys get in the regular season, they could go 14-3, and people are still going to believe that they're going to lose in the first round unless they get like first, or second, and they get the first round bye. But everyone is just going to assume they're just the best regular season team. They can mollywop people, beat the bad teams, lose to the good, and then get to the playoffs. The narrative has to change at some point. Dak, pump fake, diving for the end zone. Just short, down to the 3. Fourth and goal, bring out Aubrey. And I ain't talking Drake. Let's go.
So 138, that stops the clock. He's getting escorted back to where the officials think he belongs.
That's an aspect of Dak Prescott's game that is still there.
I don't really want DJU to come to Oregon because he can't throw. Oregon needs, if we want to have DJU, we already got a backup that can't throw. Why would we want to pay like $1 million for an NIL deal for a guy that can't throw? If I'm going to go for a guy, give me Cam Ward. Cam Ward can play. He can ball. He's better than DJU. I'm not saying DJU is terrible, you know what I mean? But Cam Ward is better. It's very clear. But again, you have to watch games to come to that conclusion. Fourth down and goal. Shotgun set. Hawks, are they going to bring the blitz? Dak, blitz coming. Up the edge. Bootleg. There's a hold. Pump fake. Touchdown, Cowboys. We damn boys, but it's coming back due to a hold. Brutal. Brutal. You look so pretty in your photo. Pretty, Meg. Meg's so pretty. 17-14 Cowboys. Fantastic first quarter. Fantastic first half. Hopefully both of these teams are in the playoffs. I want to see the Hawks in the playoffs. Like I said, regardless, I don't have to be a fan of them, but this is a rough schedule that they got, and they need to get a win in these next 3 weeks, they need to find a way to win this game, win against the Niners, or win against the Eagles. Otherwise, they may or may not make the playoffs. And that is very, very big facts. Kick is up, and it's good. And then another flag. What the hell is going on here?
Smith ready to come back out. They've got a minute and 30 right there. So Aubrey, for the moment, 20 to 14. Cameron Young was involved in some action here. At the end, yeah, there he is. Throwing Brock Hoffman, the snapper on the
Field goal is good.
Field goal is good. Personal foul by Young. What did they do? He said, I'll take my helmet off. Dak's like, we should be getting touchdowns. Big old Ferris wheel there in Texas. Everything bigger in Texas. 2014 Cowboys. Yeah, you know what? If I didn't have to go through Moody and fucking Maher and then him getting cut after he was doing great, I was looking at trying to get Aubrey, and Reflect is smart. Reflect is very good at fantasy, and obviously he scooped him. He didn't have to worry about getting someone else. Luckily, I was able to get Hopkins, and out of my third guy, I finally got someone to stick. He is the number one kicker in fantasy, but I had to go through Moody and Maher, and I was going to stick with Maher until he missed a couple kicks and then got fired. So I got lucky there, but Maher has been solid. I believe he's not Maher, but Aubrey is number 2 and Hopkins is number 1. So it kind of makes sense for, Reflect to be able to have all these amazing pieces on his roster. So 20 to 14 Cowboys. Let's go. All right, take a look at some of the stats while we're just waiting here. All right, let's take a quick look. All right, let's go. Dak Prescott, 18 for 24, 206 yards. Let's throw up the thumb here. All right, so obviously when the game first started, I was like, well, I don't know if this game is going to go well. We'll see where it goes. But then it came out with a bang. And so, we figured, okay, well, maybe the game is going to be better than we think. All right. And, hopefully that, we'll see about the field goal woes. And we'll see if it ends up, being down by 3 or 6 or 9 or 12, if that ends up being the case. But so far, so good. Let's take a look at some of the stats. Pull that down. All right, Dak Prescott, 18 for 24, 206 yards, 2 TDs, and no picks. Tony Pollard, 9 carries for 19 yards. Dak with 4 carries with 16 yards as well. CeeDee Lamb, 7 receptions, 82 yards, and a tutty. Cooks with 3 receptions, 42 yards, and a tutty. Everyone loves tutties. And on the flip side, you got Geno Smith, 7 for 10, but he does have 1 touchdown, no picks. Charbonnet, 8 carries for 15 yards. He hit pay dirt. And DK Metcalf, 2 receptions, 107 yards, and a tutty. Let's go. Let's go, baby. Nice electric start from this matchup. This first half has been great.
Trying to do too much. Well, if they look at him after he scored that first touchdown.
Well, I got to represent, if I'm going to, try to show people like how much you have to read, how much film you have to watch, and also trying not to be biased and just appreciating excellence and greatness wherever it's at. It takes a lot of effort. I'm always going to put in the most effort out of any fantasy league that I've never had someone outwork me. I may get unlucky and I may lose, but no one is going to outwork me. And if I work hard, that's why I've never finished lower than 3rd ever, even in a money league, because I do more research and I put more time into it, and plus you have to be smart. You have to know, you have to take chances, and you have to look at trends. There's a method to the madness. But, even though I beat you twice, if there's anyone as close to me in fantasy, it's you. It's not Chief will Chief. And obviously, we know Fo King Money's got some pretty good players on his team. You know, if ETN can get hot and whatnot, he's got Stroud that was on my bench. But I still think your team and my team, top to bottom, by far are the two best teams. But if you play Fo King in the playoffs, there is a chance to lose. Hell, I could lose to him too. So I feel that, you know, Chief is the fourth team, and he's got Allen, and he's got Run CMC, Christian McCaffrey, and Devontae Adams. But like we said, when he was 5-0 and undefeated, I said, your bench is thin. And if you get any injuries, you're going to fall back to all of us. And that's exactly what happened. But he still's got, you know, good enough players, number one quarterback, number one running back, where if they go off, I could lose. You know, Reflect could lose. Fo King could lose. So we'll see where it goes, but I'm excited. Little screen pass, JSN, tiptoeing in my Jordans. Okay. Little riff-raff down the sideline. I see you. I'm a little jealous of Aubrey. Oh, Pop-Tarts are for real. You already know. You already know. Sometimes it's bad luck when you play as someone that's really, really good and all your guys are on a fucking bye, you know, or you just shit the bed and all the guys that you have that should be doing well, they don't perform, whether they have a bad game or they have a really tough opponent. Avoids a sack lunch from Micah Parsons. Throw is low. Flag on the play. God, it's a flag party today. But honestly, we've never had a winner not win because of that scenario. You know, even though, you know, you might have players, you know, that potentially could sit, you know, you may win or lose, but we've never actually had that scenario come up where it affected the champion or the person that was runner up. I mean, I think that we've been pretty lucky with it, you know, based on how the players have got there with the associated teams, but we haven't had anyone lose a fantasy championship due to, you know, their guys sitting at the very end. So, and plus, if you have a really, really good team and you've you know, have a backup plan and you got a backup quarterback, a backup tight end, a backup kicker or defense, you know, something to give you some, you know, insurance, then, you know, it shouldn't really be that big of a deal. You're just going to have to get rid of a, you know, a running back or a wide receiver and pick up whatever you need. If that ends up being the case, it won't be Jalen Hurts, but that's why you pick up a quarterback earlier in the season, just in case something like that happens. So hopefully it doesn't happen to you. You know what I mean? I want things to be fair and square. So. I mean, the shit. I mean, I almost wish I still had Kyler. So if I would have kept Kyler, Sam Howell, Patrick Mahomes, and Joshua Dobbs. But I've never done that before. But again, if I don't trust the quarterbacks, I had Justin Herbert last year in the draft. He got hurt with the ribs in the beginning of the season. I had to pick up Geno Smith and Justin Fields because I couldn't trust, you know, Herbert if he was injured. Geno steps up in the pocket. Led the receiver a little bit too much there. No champion last year. If there was a champion, it was Shep. But we didn't have a champion because Shep, you know, when we had, you know, the issue with the Buffalo Bills and, you know, we had the player that, you know, almost lost his life, which was crazy. And obviously it's best of 2 weeks. So when the game got canceled, you know, Shep had Burrow, Mixon, and T. Higgins, and he was rolling with those three guys in the starting lineup, and the Bengals were rolling. So he was getting like 80 to 90 points out of three guys. So if you don't have those three guys, you know, and it's best of 2 weeks, whoever scores the most, you can't have a champion. So I'm happy that the player lived and he's back in the NFL. But again, you know, and then the second place, you know, person or whatever was bitching and complaining, thinking that he was champion. And then he started to mouth off to me saying that, oh, you know, you just wanted it to be you. I was like, bro, I mean, if someone almost died on the field and a guy's got three players that's been in the starting lineup every week pretty much, like what if you had Burrow, Mixon, and Higgins? You would be bitching and complaining, but you can't put yourself in someone else's shoes, and he ended up getting the Hollywood Hogan boots. So, you know, sometimes, you know, people have empathy and sympathy, can see things from other people's point of view, and other times people are very narrow-minded and only want to think about themselves. Shotgun set, Geno. And I could really care less if I mean, of course I want to win, but if I'm not good enough to get there and I lose, then I lose, you know? Like, I feel like I've been very, very good every year what we've done the league, but I haven't won the league in the last 3 years. You know, some of that's been bad luck, bad matchups. But we did not have a winner last year, but I think we will have one this year. And I'm going for the chip. I'm going for it. I mean, I go for it every year, but I'm really proud of this team. Like, this team means like so much to me. And again, I usually make about 100 to 200 moves, throughout the season. And some of them are back and forth moves on the wire late at night because I can't decide. So, I know that maybe doesn't necessarily count as like a move, but it does because I might pick a guy up and then I have second thoughts and everyone else is sleeping in the middle of the night. And I have to go back and forth sometimes 1 or 2 times to make sure I go through the stats one more time and I look at the schedule and think, okay, can I have this guy for the rest of the year? Am I getting him for just a couple weeks? Who's got the better matchups? There's a lot of things that I have to look into before I really make my mind up. 2014 Dallas. We damn boys. First down and 10. Hawks, 10 seconds to go. Geno, floater, down the sideline. Touchdown, Hawks. But is it going to count, though, or is it holding? Wow, penalty on Dallas, decline, touchdown, Hawks, JSN. And I'm telling you, even though you don't have Kenneth Walker III, the reason why the Hawks are playing like, it hit the ground, shit. That might come back. Oh, that's close. His hands are on control of it, but there is a slight hit of the ball and a wiggle there. It moves slightly, but it was called touchdown, so it'll probably stay touchdown. If it was called incomplete, then it's a different story. But since it was called touchdown, maybe it'll be clear. I mean, the tip of the football does hit, and it moves slightly. It doesn't move a lot, slightly, but sometimes slightly will cost you a touchdown. That might be coming back. It all depends on personal preference right now. We know it can hit the ground, right? But when it moves, we've seen the refs call it a touchdown, and we've seen the refs call it incomplete. Even for something minimal like that, I've seen plenty of touchdowns be called good after that, and I've seen ones get called back because of that. Even if it's just a minimal movement, and it also depends if it was called incomplete or a touchdown on the field, and it was considered touchdown, so I would assume it'll stay a touchdown. Because it does move, but I don't know if it moves enough for them to take the touchdown back. See, his hand is underneath it, and then the ball hits there on the tip, and it moves, but it's like, if we're talking about a scale of like 1 to 10 in movement, it's a 1. It's the most minimal movement you can see, but I've seen teams get ripped off before, and I think it will be good. At least I hope so. I would say it's touchdown. That's what I would say if it was me. But again, it's also, what was it called on the field? The call on the field is touchdown. So if it moved more than a scale of 1 to 10, then they would probably bring it back. But since it was called touchdown and out of a 1 to 10 scale, the movement was a 1, give it to him. Let's give it to him. Let's see what they do here. And then I'll throw up the JSN photo. But again, the main reason I think the Hawks had a better chance to win or keep up in this game is the uniforms. Kenneth Walker III is out. The Cowboys are 5-0. The Cowboys should win this game. But the simple fact that they're wearing the throwback unis, it doesn't matter if it's 80s unis, Steve Largent, 90s unis, Cortez Kennedy, it gives you a swagger and a belief that you're special and you're different. You're not the regular Seattle Seahawks, you're throwback Hawks. And they're playing like it. And I love it. They're really looking at it.
Jerry, once again, you're thinking about what you saw. What do you think?
I am. Now, they're telling me they're going to reverse this. They
Really?
believe there's a clear loss of control. I see ball movement. I still don't see a clear loss of control.
Wow. See? And like I said, I've seen this play called. I don't give a shit what they say. If you call it a touchdown, give it a touchdown. If it's called, I mean, we're talking on a scale of 1 to 10. The movement is a 1. It doesn't wiggle like this. Like the tip of the ball, it hits. his hand isn't underneath it completely. They're still going to hopefully. Let's see here. Oh, they got to get a touchdown. They got to make up for that, man. That's going to be something that we're going to argue and we're going to talk about forever. Gino, first and goal. Touchdown, Hawks. Noah Fant, but there's another flag. Or no? Is there? Oh, that wasn't Noah Fant. That was Colby Parkinson. Oh, my God, a timeout. The Hawks are just getting screwed right now. What the hell is going on here? Or are they? Wow. Cowboys got the timeout before the tutty. Jeez. Golly. And then you have the missed field goal also on top of that. But Pete will get them motivated for the second half. And essentially, even though the Cowboys are up, right, who's played better today? The Hawks on the road. And they're going to need it because they got a tough schedule with the Niners and Eagles. They have to win this game if they want to be able to keep staying afloat. And even if they lose today and against the Niners and against the Eagles, they can still be 9-8 and make the playoffs. But 10 wins is a goal for the Hawks. Man in motion. Gino, right there. Touchdown. DK Metcalf. I guess if you got DK in fantasy, you're loving it. And another flag. All right, it's on the defense. Touchdown is good. I still think the JSN touchdown should have counted. But again, even on a scale of 1 to 10 movement, if it moves, even a 1, you can get a touchdown robbed from you. But one thing that cannot be robbed, DK Metcalf, baby. He says, let me get 1. How about 2 tutties? If you got him in fantasy, you're loving it. Let's go. Fantasy owners love that. If you got JSN in fantasy, you're not loving it. But if you got DK, you're loving it. Extra point is up, and it's good. 21-20 Hawks. 12th man stand up. Okay. They're doing good for Megan's birthday, it seems here. A little extra juice from the sports gods. And it would only be fair that they get in the end zone after that JSN play. Can you imagine if the JSN play, gets called back, right? And then they go for a field goal and they miss, or if they go for it on downs and they don't get in, momentum would be so fucked at that point that the Hawks would lose 100% going into the second half because they would still be butthurt about these last couple plays at the end of the first half. So thank God that they got in the end zone by one way or another. JSN, DK Metcalf, JSN. But the sports gods did not screw them completely. And the committee moving forward, what is a catch? What is not a catch? We're going to be arguing and going over this forever because, like I said, on a scale of 1 to 10 in movement, that was a 1. A 1, the lowest movement you could have, and they pulled it off. So, there is no right or wrong answer. It's pretty much the discretion of the referees and the people in New York and the refs on the field. They will dictate how the games end, unfortunately. Myers with the squibber. What an amazing first half. It should be 24-20. Hawks with the missed field goal. But hell, 21-20. If you're a Hawk fan, you have to be ecstatic right now. Let's go. Let's go. What a game. Much better than anyone anticipated. Let's go. All right, what are we at? 5? We got 95 to go. Let me know what you guys want to do for photos while we're waiting. We got a long ways to go. A lot of ground to make up. What an amazing first half. Yeah, tough to have a JSN touchdown get taken away, but that's why it's and the crazy thing was it was called touchdown on the field. So usually, if it doesn't have enough evidence and let's say the movement is a scale of, let's say, like 1 to 3, right? And it's called touchdown. Most of the time they'll keep it touchdown a little bit more, but in the NFL, you don't know. Like I said, it could be a 10 movement and they could call it a touchdown. It could be a 1 movement out of a scale of 1 to 10, like barely moves, and then they brought it back. But thank God that they got the touchdown and DK gets to pad his stats. What an amazing first half.
What's the Steven named after?
Steven is from Navy Federal Credit Union. They've been helping with my finances since I enlisted. You want another Steven?
People call him.
Okay.
Maybe someday I could get a sandwich named after me.
Yeah, but they had to get it right in their minds. And the reason that they reviewed it so long is because you could call it either way. That's why the review was so long, because I think that they wanted to call it touchdown, but then they go longer to see if they can take it away. But, sometimes the sports gods are unfair, but other times everything ends up being okay at the end. They got in the end zone before the time ran out. Letting the time run out and not getting the touchdown would have been hella detrimental. So.
This broadcast is copyrighted by NFL Productions for the private use of our audience. Any other use of this broadcast, any pictures, descriptions, or counts of the game.
Wow, DK 25.8. Nice. All right, you guys choose. You guys let me know what we're doing for photos during halftime, and I got you. 5-4 to the Maple Leafs against the Kraken. Is that a final, or is that still going? Gotta take a peek. What do we got with the Kraken? Is it a final score, or is it still going? Oh, wow, we lost 4-3 in a shootout. Damn, that's tough. And we were on the road. Damn, that sucks. Well, hopefully we can get at least one win for you.
What are we talking about here? I told you guys, you throw the stats out the window. Jalen Metcalf just has his number. Eugeno is dealing. This defense is fighting blood. Now these corners, just too many good things to say.
Well, I'll tell you what, you got to get back to basics. What we talked about in the first half with Geno Smith. You want to throw the ball to your guy. The guy that makes you famous.
Megan out there in Australia, we'll give you a little bit of love. I'll get you a little bit of love on your birthday. With the Hawks and the Kraken. I'll give you a little bit of both.
Right before the half, that touchdown pass, keep going to this guy. Realize what got you there, what made you great. Keep putting the ball in their hand. That rookie, Jigba, then you can get him involved.
Come on, Tony Gonzalez. You're supposed to be a professional. You don't even know the names. What are you doing on TV? Come on, man. You're supposed to be paid to be a professional. If you don't know how to pronounce a name, hit the fucking books, bud. Watch the video. These guys are so lazy. It's like, I get it, you're a Hall of Fame tight end, but there's a reason why some of these guys shouldn't be on TV. They'd be better off, being surrounded around people that have never been in the NFL, that actually know the NFL, not just former players. Come on. If you don't even know how to say Jackson Smith-Njigba, then you don't deserve to be getting paid by Amazon Prime or covering the NFL. Come on, Tony G. Be better, brother. Paying millions of dollars and you don't even know what the hell's going on out there. Sad, sad state of affairs that we're in, huh? All right, let's get some Kraken up here for her as well. Hi, look at me. I'm $1 million guy, but I don't know anything about the NFL. Come on. Too bad that the Kraken couldn't get a dub for your birthday as well. But the Hawks are right in it. It could go either way. And who needs to win more? The Seattle Seahawks do, based off their schedule. Dallas' schedule is pretty rough too, but Seattle needs it more. One team is 8-3, another team is 6-5. And if they lose this game and go to 6-6, they may go to 6-8. And then they're going to have to be able to win the last 3 to go 9-8 and make the playoffs, which I think they can do. But I know the Hawk fans would rather hit 10 wins rather than 9. Big facts. Big facts, baby.
That seems to be their mentality. We're going to get the ball out of Jack's hand one way or another.
Yeah, get the side of the ball. We're going to break down the second half here in just a second. But Dude Perfect is back on the alt string tonight. And in the first half, they celebrated Seattle with their own pitch toss. Some mixed results there, but guess what? twice. We got more right after the break. Whoa.
Always goes big. You don't see
The Maple Leafs, yeah. But it would have been just nice to be able to double up, you know. But if you can get this Hawks win, right, it's going to mean more than a regular season game for the Kraken. You know, obviously, I'm not going to say the regular season matchups are meaningless because every game means something. But a Hawk win at this point of the season is going to be worth more than a Kraken win, you know, that, you know, you win, you lose, you know what I mean? But the Hawks probably are going to be in the playoffs. The Kraken, we don't know yet. You know, we're trending, we're not, but this Hawk win against Dallas, against an 8-3 team on the road, would be big, especially when you got the Niners and you got the Eagles next. We don't want to see you go on this big slide of losses. So what a performance in that first half. Nice job.
The football games are taking over Orlando. Be there for skills competition. And the ultimate flag football showdown. The Pro Bowl Games, presented by Verizon. Sunday, February 4th. Get your tickets now.
DeMarcus Ware receiving his Hall of Fame ring here at halftime.
Let's go. 95 to go.
138 and a half sacks in 12 seasons. All right, Sherm is fired up. What stands out to you, buddy, right now about Seattle's defense in particular?
Everything. They're getting pressure. This offensive line hasn't given up a sack in 3 weeks.
Bobby Wagner, 10 total tackles, 5 solo, 1 tackle for loss, and it's halftime. Jamal Adams, 7 tackles, 5 solo. Quandre Diggs, 5 tackles. Julian Love, 4 tackles. Reek Woolen with 3. And then Jaron Reed's got 3, and Draymond Jones has got 3. And then on the Dallas side, no one's got more than 4. You got Donovan Wilson and Deron Bland with 4 each, and then everything else is 3 and lower. No picks, no fumbles, pretty clean game, lots of touchdowns. 0 for 1 for Jason Myers, but 3 extra points. And Aubrey is 2 for 2 with the field goals and 2 extra points, 2 for 2. 21-20 Hawks.
withstood the surge. They're playing well offensively. Defensively, they got to do what they've done all year. Create a turnover, some kind of explosive play to turn the tide of this game. Just get the momentum back, and they're going to be fine. Because offensively, like you said, Dallas is driving the football up and down the field.
Yeah, Micah Parsons. He's the guy to do it. We've been watching that guy. I'm so glad I've had a chance to come out here. It's the first time I've ever seen him in person.
You know, I'm standing with you, not playing it.
It's coming off that ball. Get the backfield. Look for him to make a big play. But I'm with you, Dallas, right now. Yeah, they're going to withstand that surge. I got a feeling they're going to come out and be more composed, and they're going to pull away in the second half.
You see Gino decisive today, and that's what he needs to do in the second half because he doesn't have much time back there.
2 most penalized teams in the NFL. There's been
2 most penalized teams in the NFL. Not good. Got to clean that up. There's a handsome fella. Bobby Wagner, B-Wags.
This has been the State Farm Halftime Show. We will see you guys right back here after the game. Enjoy the second half. Check it out. Oh, snap.
What? You gotta say hi for me to snap the ball.
I was talking about the car.
I protect QBs, not cars. You need
I'm just really proud that the Hawks, you know, and again, I knew, okay, Kenneth Walker's not playing, but they're wearing throwback unis. And anytime you wear throwback unis, you're going to have a chance because you're going to get more effort out of the guys, you know, whether they want to admit it or not. It's true. You know what I mean? You look good, you feel good, you play good. Dion said it, and it is true. If they were wearing regular uniforms, do you think that they're playing this good? There's a chance, but probably not. I mean, like I said, something as little as a uniform, you wouldn't think make that much of a difference, but it truly does.
The Mercedes-Benz Holiday Love Celebration is coming up for the exceptional offers you're bound to love. Now through January 2nd. This holiday season, give your family the gift that keeps them going. Energizer Ultimate Lithium.
We got to hit some Jim Zorn for Megan's birthday in Australia as well. You can't have a stream without Jim Zorn in it. Pilo, what'd it do?
I will never walk the same path as you.
These cleats can let us watch.
And I'll even hit you with the Steve Largent as well.
Each one hand painted to represent a cause we're so passionate about.
We carry with us also the field. We all have to go through this crazy journey together. So why not help each other out and make it as great of a journey as possible?
To all the children out there in search of a safe home, I know that journey. With these cleats,
I appreciate you. $5 holla. Everyone wish Megan a happy birthday if you already haven't. I think most of the goats already have. Appreciate you. $5 holla. Jumping up to cheer a TD with a torn hamstring with booze is painful. Ask me how I know. Hey, but they're playing great today. And what are the chances of the Hawks actually playing on your birthday and then playing a tough opponent and then actually getting the dub? It seems like a real possibility based on how they played in the first half. Big facts. Bang, 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 boom, boom, boom. Stacks on stacks, racks on racks. A little Cactus Jack. Bang, bang, $5 holla. 90 to go. Let's go, Hawks. I see you. Let me know what you want to do for photos, and I got you if there's something that you'd like. Padilla in the building. What's good? They're playing awesome. I mean, the only blip for them, right, was the penalties and the missed field goal, but they made up for it. DK should have one for DK, one for JSN, but that's another story for another day. And it shows you when things get reviewed, no one knows the answers because on a scale of 1 to 10, that ball movement was a 1 and they decided to take it away. I've seen that called a touchdown 9 times out of 10, but something was kind of off. They were looking at it for so long. And it also kind of makes you wonder if it was in Seattle, would they have still done the same thing or would it have been the opposite outcome? No one knows what the hell a touchdown is and a touchdown isn't. We could say, oh, the Megatron catch, that started it all. This is a catch. This is not a catch. T.O., this is a catch. This is not a catch. But I'm proud of the Hawks and how they've been playing. Big facts. Let's go, baby. What's good, man? How are you? 21-20, start of the third quarter. Let's go. Steve Largent, Jim Zorn, black and white, a little bit of color. We're wearing the throwbacks today. Your boy produces the channel on the up and up, baby. And little B-Wags, 10 tackles at halftime, but no one's going to talk about that. Charbonnet with the Chardonnay. Chip Kelly, I see you. DK, how many touchdowns you got, buddy? I got 1. No. I got 2. Let's go. And then on the flip side, you got some C.D. Lamb and some Brandon Cooks. We got ourselves a fantastic TNF matchup that's been electric, baby. Let's go. Let's go.
Enjoying a light moment with the officials on the sideline. Hopefully go in the second half. In the first game of week 13 with a touchback moments ago. Taylor with Mike McCarthy.
Coach, you scored on every possession. You dominated time with possession, and you guys are trailing. What are your priorities in the second half?
Well, I think just like anything, you got to focus on yourself. We got to clean up the penalties. We got to score touchdowns in the red zone.
Seattle has gone right after Deron land. What adjustments do you want to see today?
No, we love football. Let's be playing. We're excited to go play.
Mike was a little shell-shocked that first half.
Let's go. 21-20. Hawks. Not many people thought that. Handoff. And then an amazing thing also, too, with no Kenneth Walker III, we already knew they were going to lose bad, without Kenneth Walker III against the Niners, right? But Charbonnet, he's doing a good job. The offensive line is doing a pretty good job. I mean, you're getting big splash plays on both sides, but you got Charbonnet in the end zone, so it's not just a passing game, which Dallas typically does. They ignore Tony Pollard too much. They go to the receivers and the tight end too much, and that's why I think Dallas, will have a hard time in the playoffs because they're going to be exposed. You have to make sure your balanced offense has a nice amount of runs and passes, not 80% pass, 20% run, especially when you got someone like Tony Pollard you can throw to. JSN with the shimmy and the shake. Hit him with a skirt. I see you. Let's go, baby. Hawks are playing motivated with those throwback unis, baby. Let's go. 3rd down and 2. Oh, I got you. Let's go, Hawks. Your turn. Feed off that momentum after that touchdown. And you get the ball in the second half. That's great. DK. Nice job, DK. DK pacing for 200 yards. No lie. And that first touchdown was one of the best touchdowns I've seen in DK's career. It was really beautiful. No, we need to see DK do that a little bit more often. You know, it's like you only get that big splash 50, 60, 70-yard touchdown a couple times a season, but he's so talented, you actually want to see him do it more, and maybe we'll get a few more, before the season ends. Handoff. Good blocking up front. Pump those legs. First down, Hawks. Beautiful. My goodness. Abraham Lucas, I see you. You got to have Cross and you got to have Abraham Lucas healthy. First down and 10, handoff. Hit the outside. Patience with your blockers. There you go. Sometimes the running backs get too, they get too antsy. You got to wait for the blockers to get there, and then you go. If you run past the blockers, then you're not going to get as much yardage. You got to be patient. And obviously rookies and players that have been in the league for just a couple years, it takes time. Face mask. Yeah, get that hand out of there. There you go. Get you a little Sundin. Appreciate you. Happy birthday. Ooh, baby. So fresh and so clean. And I put DK I put him on there for a reason. I usually have a hunch. And if you always look, at my thumbnails, or if you look at what we talk about before the game starts, a lot of times there's a reason why, the thumb looks the way that it does. Gino? Uh-oh. What happened to my hands? Right through his fingers. Incomplete. Go Ducks. I'll be live tomorrow, 5 o'clock. Huskies, Ducks for a chance to be able to make the college football playoff and to win the Pac-12 championship. Good luck to both. Like I said, I love me some Michael Penix Jr., Roma Dunzier, Jalen McMillan. They're fantastic. They got a very bright future. Can't wait to see what they do in the Big Ten with us. 2nd down and 10. Lockett in motion. Shotgun set. Gino looking his way. Goes to DK instead. Put your shoulder down. Takes 5 Cowboys to bring him down. And then he fumbles late. God, DK is special. They got no answer for DK. 1, 2, 3, 4 touchdowns. How many will he get today? I don't know. He's playing like he's Tyreek the Freak Hill, or one of these top dogs at the very, very top. All right, DK, I see you. All right, no problem. Enjoy the game. Come stop by if you can. And I hope that you guys get the dub. I'll be rooting for you guys. I don't really care who wins either way, but I just want a competitive game. But just the simple fact that it's someone's birthday, hey, it doesn't hurt to be able to get a dub on a birthday, Charbonnet! Short game.
Starting to like that counter play. Get a good push on one side. Try to open it up with those pullers coming around.
And I appreciate the love and the support through the Twitter. Sarah, Alan, Matt, and Elliot all helping out on the Twitter side. And I always want to have about 4 on each stream, and then Cyberpunk too. So thank you guys. That's kind of the goal on every stream that I do. I want to have at least 4 likes and 4 retweets or shares on the live stream on there, so that way we can get more exposure. So what a game. I'm so thankful that this game is good. No one wanted to see a 20-0 game against the Hawks. with Dallas winning, like with that big lead. Everyone's going to be more into the game when it's close by 3 points or less, and that's what we got. 3rd and goal. Go to Lockett. That's where I would go. I mean, DK would be the guy. Obviously, he's hot, but Lockett. Nope. Gino, running yourself. Touchdown, Hawks. And he flags, though. And there's a flag. Damn it. Unbelievable. Every play for the Hawks is contested with a flag. It's a flag party. Hopefully that's on Dallas. Let's see. Lockett was covered. That was the first look. Then DK. Then he said, fuck it. Let me just run into myself. Holding on the defense. There we go. Uncle Mo is in the building. Hawks, 12th man, stand up. Nice job, Gino. No one spied on Gino. He made you pay, baby. Make them pay, Gino. Make them pay.
So 5 minutes into the 3rd quarter, the Seattle Seahawks on top 28-20 in all.
Well, it's good that they're doing well. Otherwise, the Hawk Snaps and every channel that's doing the Hawk game would be a bunch of disgruntled negative people tonight. So at least some of those fans in there are smiling and not criticizing and actually enjoying watching their team today. Touchdown, Gino, and he is not riding back. Not as good of a season as he had last year, but still good enough to get to the playoffs and win a playoff game for them if needed. What a fun game. I don't think anyone anticipated it being like this, but I'm really happy that it is.
SoFi is helping me get my money right to achieve my ambitions. You want to see? My savings with the ultimate tailgate set. SoFi checking and savings. I pay no account fees. They're competitive APY. SoFi can help you fund all your ambitions.
Nice smile by Gino.
Like investing in
I got you, boy. I got you. Reflect with the $5. Appreciate you, man. Every dollar counts. The grind is real, and I appreciate you, man. And I'm just happy. We don't want you to have 2 losses. And who knows? I might lose tomorrow. You know what I mean? But if you assume that 9.5, Hawks are going to get blown out, Huskies are going to get blown out, I might live in Oregon, but I'm definitely not a Washington hater. I'll stick up for the Pacific Northwest through and through. And we don't include California in that. It's only Oregon and Washington, baby. Let's go. Let's go. $5 holla. A little bit of stacks on stacks. A little bit of racks on racks. A little Cactus Jack. Bang, bang. $5 holla. What do you want to see for photos? You got someone specific on the Hawks that you want to see? I'm going to throw up a Cortez Kennedy just for throwback's sake because I love me some Cortez Kennedy. But if there's something you want to see, let me know. Great effort by the Hawks. 28-20 Hawks, baby.
Downtown Dallas, Texas. On the buildings there. The Cowboys now down by 8.
Oh, yeah, Cowboys aren't worried. Plenty of time.
So tonight now we come to the 25-yard line. So one of the things about the Cowboys, everybody's always looking for warts.
Woo! Sexy. Wilson uniforms. Let's go. And the gloves to match. Let's go. All right, Cowboys, your turn. Let's go, baby. It's so much more enjoyable when you're not a hater, and you can just enjoy greatness and watch games. So much negativity out there. Another flag. Okay, sounds good.
anytime
Trey Brown.
you try to plaster stand with the receiver. It's a tough thing to do. The quarterback starts to move. You got to be so disciplined. Start to peek back. You look back into that backfield, and when you do, your hands get grabby. You get a hold of that jersey.
I got you. I got you. Oh, yeah. Some Efren Herrera. Handoff. Nice gain by Tony Pollard. I love throwback stuff.
His linebacker is sitting over here with ice wrapped around his left ankle. He had an X-ray during halftime. I'm now told he's doubtful to return. He's such an important.
Oh, no. Jordan Brooks is not coming back. Damn. Woo. All right, Pollard, 2nd down and 4. I see you. Jordan Brooks is a stud. He's been very good for them. Shotgun set. Megan's on her birthday. She's always lurking. She's like, I'm going to be on both streams at the same time. No one will know. I mean, technically, no one will know. I mean, if you're fast enough, you can type on in both and be in both at the same time. You're a good multitasker, so. Uh-oh, Jamal Adams is down. No! I hope it's not his ankle. Shit. Oh, no. I hope he's okay. I mean, he's always riddled with injuries, and he's actually had a very good first half. He was the 2nd leading tackler today. B-Wags had 10 tackles at halftime. Jamal has been active, baby. 8 tackles. I think that's the most he's had. I think he had 7 or 8 right there at halftime. He's at 8 right now. 6 solo. That might be the most that he's had in a first half in a minute. He ran to the sideline, so that's a good sign. $15, 85 to go. Yeah, the Von Miller situation doesn't sound good. You know, regardless if the girlfriend, wifey, someone you're seeing, whether they're pregnant, not pregnant, you're fighting and everything. But we'll have to see with all the facts that come out and whatnot. But pushing, not a good thing. After she slammed the door supposedly, and then he like smashed the shit out of the phone in like a tablet or laptop. A lot of people got anger issues, and whatnot, especially if you are a football player. If you saw the show Ballers, from back in the day, they kind of go over that as well. Sometimes these players, they don't have an off button. They play with all this aggression on the field, but you can't be acting like that towards men and women outside of football. But a lot of these guys, they don't know. No, they don't, bad decisions, and not a good look for Von Miller at all. Dak going long, going deep, picked. But there is a flag, and I think it's coming back. Boye Mafe. I love him, man. You know what I mean? His story is so cool, too. I love inspirational stories. When he signs to his mom passed away. He's only been playing football for, a little bit, for a few years. So he'll continue to get better and better. I don't know. I think for me, like when I can see like stories of pure heart and kindness, and actually people doing nice things for each other, that gets me teared up and emotional. I don't get emotional too much. I mean, if it's a good TV show or movie or whatnot, incomplete. But just seeing random acts of kindness, that's genuine and real, not for the camera. You know what I mean? Not someone going up to some homeless person and shoving a camera in their face and forcing them to take the food and thinking that you're like some special fucking person. If you're going to be kind like that, you don't need to have a camera shoved in front of a homeless person and doing that. You do it off camera if you really do care. Woolen with holding. Automatic first down. God, this flag party is crazy. But even though it's a flag fest, it's 28-20, and it feels like a playoff game. So I can deal with it. These are the two most flag teams in the NFL. So it just kind of makes sense for them to have a flag party, right?
Seattle continue to try to make this Dallas offense have to work to put points on the board. You know, they lead the league in 10-play drives. Tonight they've had 3 of them, a 14-play drive, an 11-play drive, and another 10. So it's a smart plan to try to make them show that they can make the plays without setting themselves back for penalties.
This will be their 50th play of the night. Seahawks have
Here we go.
second and 8. Prescott fires to the outside.
Did he catch it?
So the first half of C.D. Lamb.
C.D. Lamb. Nice job, CD.
He did this a little earlier when he got the interference call. He's going down the field again. And then works back. This time Rowland doesn't get his handsy.
I mean, this is us all day, every day. Flag, 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 flag. It's a flag party. All right, here we go, Dak. Pump fake. Another pump fake. Get in there. Come on, Hawks. Incomplete.
Into the red zone. Again, this is their plan to try to force the 4th time. This will be the 5th time they're going to get into the red zone. This one is 2 touchdowns.
Breaking news. There was not a flag on that play. But how many flags have we had? It's crazy. I should have, I've been looking for some good flag, photos and whatnot, but that one is going to be added to the stream because at some point or another, we're going to have another flag party type of game in the playoffs, and that will come in handy. I was actually trying to find a graphic that had a bunch of them. You know what I mean? They had like 5 or 10 just, there, but hi, Paisley. Hey, look, another one. It's a flag party. Hi, Paisley. I love you. Hi. Come here, honey. Come here. You want to come to Daddy? You love Dad. You love Dad? Come here. Come here. Dad loves you.
If Bobby Wagner's known throughout his career for his coverage skills, he does it all, but really a great linebacker coverage. He recognized the ball's coming out. That's very close.
Yeah,
very close.
That's the 3rd first down by penalty on this drive. Terry, stop that. I see it.
Shotgun set. Hold on. Paisley Pup. She says, I want to be a part of this, Dad.
Yeah, what you love about Jaron Reed is he's just going to give up on the play. They're going to twist and move, whatever they can
Hi,
do
honey.
to try to create some matchup advantages. He comes free.
You miss Dad?
Looks like he's cleared.
Yeah.
That's the effort right
I love you.
there.
It's a 3rd quarter, okay? So we'll go on a walk in the rain in a little while. Daddy has to keep working. I got to keep grinding, okay? So that way I can buy you some more treats and bones and ropes and balls and all kinds of fun things. Shotgun set. Prescott, 2nd down and 13. He's going long. He's going deep. Back of the end zone, incomplete. And look, guess what? It's a flag party. This is getting a little ridiculous. So we are at what? If this gets refreshed, I got to look it up. I think we're at almost 20. What are we at? 9 penalties for 95 yards for the Hawks. 8 penalties for 122 for Dallas, for a total of 17 total penalties. Golly. Unbelievable. This has got to be like the most flags I think I've seen in a game in recent memory. Correct me if I'm wrong. Do you guys remember? Oh, nice tackle by the Hawks. Ooh, baby. Oh, Paisley's so cute.
6th year on LSU, hometown kid, sees it right away. I think he just saw the pole and just tried to get underneath it, which he's able to do and chase it from behind.
I love you. I'll be done in a little bit. Go on the couch and lay down, and I'll come get you when I'm done. Love you. My dog is so smart. Go, baby, go. Go, baby, go. Oh, he took a pop. Someone call 911. Oh, my. Ferguson, he said, let me get up in your grill. That was a pop. He said, come. You want some? I'll give you some. Oh, and Jamal gave him a little punch under the chin. Uh-oh. Jamal got to keep his cool. They're yapping back and forth, but you can't be slapping or touching someone or trying to uppercut someone. Right here. Boom, baby. Diggs with the pop. He said, your mom. And then if they show it, and then he gets him underneath the chin right there. Come on now. First down and goal. What a game. One of the best Thursday night games of the season. Dak with a laser. Oh! Almost picked. It was almost a pick potty. Oh, my. All right, if you're just coming into the stream like Cole is, let me give you a quick breakdown of the game. Here it is. And that's it. Nothing else has happened. This is it. Oh, baby. We get a little bit of CD Lamb. You get a little bit of Brandon Cooks, right? You get a little bit of Tony Pollard and a hell of a lot of this. All right, Dak. 2nd and goal. Shotgun set, trips left. A little flip to Tony Pollard with blockers down the field. Touchdown, Cowboys. Bam, 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 bam. And there's a flag on the play. Just kidding. But it seems like every fucking play has had one. 28-26. Tony Pollard with a tutty. I didn't really think that we'd have to implement the flag photo, but after a game like this, it's a part of the stream now. Extra point is up, and it's good.
Extra point. Can I get a 1 point difference? 3:41 left in the third. 28, that was 27.
What a great game. 28-27. And I like the fact that Dallas decided not to go for 2, right? They decided just to take the point while it's there, and they'll figure it out later in the game. That's what you're supposed to do. But a lot of teams, they get greedy, All right, now we got to throw up a photo of the kicker because I think kicker photos are awesome. These are some of the most underrated photos, that are in sports, right? I know you guys love this one. This one we should just use all the time, right? But kicker photos are super awesome. I mean, I a little bit of ballet, a little bit of swiftiness, a little swag, and you can't win games without a good kicker. You can't win fantasy without a good kicker either. Believe that. I see you, baby. Flag, 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 flag. 17 penalties. For how many yards? An insane amount. 217 yards and 17 penalties combined. That's crazy. Crazy. All right, Gino. He's like, I just woke up out of bed. You did? He's like, I didn't have time to comb my hair. Time to get a touchdown. 28-27 Hawks. Let's go. I didn't know how the Hawks were going to play. But after that DK Metcalf touchdown, I was like, oh, yeah, that's what it is. And he capitalized with 2 so far, baby. Let's go. What a game.
is opportunistic and we'll hear from the star of the night. It's the JC Penny postgame show tonight after the game.
Well, let's take a look at our next gen stats powered by AWS. And we knew coming into this game, Geno Smith was going to get fresh.
How's it going, Cole? What's good, bro? How you feeling about the Chiefs going into Lambeau? You feeling a little bit better with Mahomes playing a little bit better than we've seen in the last couple weeks? You got to be able to firm things up. And if things are still going to be a little awkward with the receivers, then you got to go to Kelsey and Rashee Rice and then just go heavy with Pacheco and McKinnon if needed. Someone else has got to step up out of that group. But I'm not sure if we're going to get that this year. I mean, you can always have Noah Gray, Justin Watson. You know, obviously we know McCole Hardman is hurt, and we can't really count on Kadarius Toney game in and game out. But Rice has proven he's the one. So, you know, if that means giving him a little more looks than the other guys, I would think that would be the smart way to go. Kelsey will always be the number one option at tight end or receiver. But I think, obviously, the offense runs through Pacheco, and he has literally been a diamond in the rough. He's awesome. I think so, too. I don't think it's going to be a blowout. The Packers can win that game because they have been playing pretty good. They beat the Lions, you know, but the Chiefs' defense is much better than the Lions, so it may get a little ugly, but I think that the Chiefs will squeak out a win against the Packers. I agree. It may not be pretty, but I think that they'll do enough, and as long as they go Pacheco, they'll be good. He's been the best player on the team on the offense this year, and then the defense has been top 3, top 5 pretty much all year. Chris Jones and company have been fantastic. They kind of flip-flop. Normally the offense is good. Defense is like middle of the pack, and it flipped this year. We just needed that offense to be more consistent. Geno, back shoulder, incomplete. Almost picked. 85 to go. 15 doll hairs, 85 to go. 15 chicken nuggets for your boy. 85 nuggets to go. Oh, I don't think it's going to be 35-34, bro. I don't think it's going to be that high scoring. That's too much. I mean, if we're talking 35-34, that's like if Mahomes has been in MVP form. I think that's way too high, bro. But we'll see. Maybe you'll be right. I think it's going to be lower scoring than that. I imagine the Packer defense will be stingy, and I think your defense will be stingy too. So, intercepted by the Cowboys. Uh-oh. Geno's first mistake. Bland.
He actually works to the outside with it, maybe before Lockett does. High school wide receiver, great instincts, locates the football, steps in front of it, and makes amends for that first half.
There's never been a better time to get away.
Yeah, I don't know. For me, when I look at the Chiefs and the Packers, and depending on if the Packers can actually get any offense going at home and they can feed off that win against the Lions. But remember, the Lions defense is terrible. So if it's me and we get a little bit of offense and a little bit of defense, I'm thinking Chiefs 26, Packers 20. So you're going to get a little bit of field goals. You're going to get a little bit of touchdowns. You might end up getting a pick. You know, I don't know if you're going to get a pick for a touchdown or a fumble for a touchdown or special teams touchdowns, but I just don't know if it's going to go into the 30s. You know, I mean, it would be good because I'm starting Patrick Mahomes in fantasy, so I need him to get back to form. But Mahomes has not really played well this year. You know, and I think that's a fair thing to say. I drafted him, and you know, he's the 8th best quarterback in fantasy, which is unacceptable. You know. I mean, he's only thrown for over 300 yards 3 times. That is not Mahomes. In the last 4 games, he's only thrown 240, no touchdowns, 185, 2 touchdowns, 177, 2 touchdowns, 298, 2 touchdowns. And he hasn't even thrown for more than 3 touchdowns only how many times? Twice? Once against the Bears and once against the Chargers' shitty defense. So 5, 15, 16, and 20 are his fantasy numbers. That is not good for Patrick Mahomes. You know, and I got Sam Howell and I got Joshua Dobbs, so I can rotate, but we'll see how it goes. Nice touchdown there. Nice interception. Nice penalties. It's a penalty party. All right, Cowboys, 8 penalties for 122 yards. The 12th man, and we ain't talking Texas A&M. Hawks, 9 penalties, 95 yards. So I guess on the bright side, you're not at 100 yet, and we only have 1 turnover so far all game. 28-27 with a little bit of a playoff feel. It is something else. DeLorean, baby. Making me want to go back into the future. Let's go. All right, Cowboys, let's see if you can capitalize off this.
Let's go back to show Bland, who's had a rough first half, shows a lot of courage for the other side.
Bland is like, man, I got torched. But eventually if you're a good corner and you can sniff things out, you can make a difference.
Squeezes that cushion, takes it away with his eyes on the quarterback the entire time. Makes it easy to step up. And how fired up is Dan Quinn for his guy after that first half comes up there. Yeah.
But remember, the Cowboys are used to this. Remember Trayvon Diggs last year? Kind of came out of nowhere. Trayvon Diggs, Deron Bland. Like, no one really knew these names early in the season or really, thought that they were going to be any good. And, you had Trayvon Diggs, kind of come out of nowhere. And now you got Deron Bland, and now everyone knows both of those guys. Telling you, Dan Quinn, best defensive coordinator. And you got Micah Parsons, and we haven't even really talked about him today. Well, especially if you're on a heater and you broke the record in the NFL with 5 pick sixes, even more than Dion. That's pretty special. That's why it's so crazy that the Cowboys can't end up winning a playoff game. It's like McCarthy needs to be improved, better coach. Jerry Jones is the owner, so he's going to have his hands on everything. Dak is a great regular season quarterback, but in the playoffs, his decision-making isn't as good. He's not as crisp. Offensive line doesn't do well. The running backs don't do well. But Dak's decision-making, the defense does everything in their power to help them get wins, but it always just comes up a little short. Maybe this will be the year they win a playoff game. Depends on who they match up against. And if they're at home or on the road, that'll be a big factor too. Yeah, Al Harris has been great. Absolutely. 4th down. It's crazy. We've already gone a few minutes without one of these. It's like a fucking miracle, huh? This is where you need to go when the game kind of starts to stall. You want to make sure you're going to one of your best players. Maybe not necessarily on this play on 4th and 2, but again, they like to throw. I would just run the ball, but they obviously don't trust Pollard. So here we go. Shotgun set, bootleg. And there he is. CeeDee Lamb, like your boy said, 1st down, Cowboys. But, if you have a running back like Tony Pollard, and you have confidence in him, so ultimately that means you don't have confidence in Pollard and you don't have confidence in your O-line, that you just rather have Dak throw it. And then he drops it. Come on, CD. What happened to my hands? 1st down, no down. What happened to my hands? That's tough. Come on, CD. Doink, dropsies. Burr, burr, burr. He said, my bad. And CD ain't going to drop. But the thing is, you shouldn't even be going to CD in that scenario. Why are you going to CD in that scenario? Depending on how close you are, Aubrey's a good kicker. Kick a field goal, right? Punt, right? Or hand the ball off, or, right, do a tush push and just have Dak run it, or have Pollard run it right up the gut. You know what I mean? Are you that intimidated by every team that you play that you can't run the football with a good running back? Like, why did you get rid of Zeke if you're just going to throw all the time? Because if you would have kept Zeke on the roster, then you would have handed it off to him. Why don't you handing it off to Pollard? I'm very confused. That's why the play calling needs to improve. They think, oh, we got rid of the problem. I'll call the plays. We'll get rid of the problem, right? And then obviously the problem ends up going to the Chargers, and he's their new OC, right? But was he really the problem, or is it more Mike McCarthy? Play calling is everything. Yeah, kick it, take the lead. I mean, the game is back and forth, 30-28. Who cares? And then what happens if they get a field goal? And then, then it goes 31-30. It's okay to kick a field goal. And you got one of the top 2 field goal kickers in the game. Aubrey, we ain't talking Drake. He's good. I wanted him in fantasy. Reflect got him. I'm a little jealous, but at least I got Hopkins. But, Aubrey's the one. Aubrey, I mean, he might be the number 2 rated kicker, but he's special. They found themselves a kicker moving forward. Big facts. All right, Gino, your turn, buddy.
Welcome back to Arlington.
Let's go, baby.
Championship on the line tomorrow night for a Cowboy legend. That's 11-time Pro Bowler Jason Witten. He is taking Liberty Christian High School to the Texas State title game. The Warriors, they won just 2 games in Witten's first season as head coach in 2021, and now they are 13-0. He's got big aspirations for his coaching career, but especially with both of his sons on the team, he told me he is loving every minute of this.
Jerry Jones looks at covering Witten all those years.
The only problem is reflect that, you're projected for 120 and she's projected for 99. So big difference. But she is getting some mad numbers out of DK. You still got the best well-rounded team in the league besides me, top to bottom, including your bench. And that shit matters. You just can't run with the same 5 or 6 guys and hope that you get lucky. It just doesn't work like that in fantasy. Injuries are so, crucial. You got to have depth. He's got the best running backs. I got the best wide receivers. And I'm trying to prove to everyone that you can win without running backs. Was there a flag there? Where's the face mask? There it is. After they bitch and moan and they finally get it. But this will be the first time that I only roster 3 or 4 running backs all year, no more than that. And Rashad White, David Montgomery, and Najee Harris. Well, maybe that's good enough. Was it around his shoulder pad? Flag was picked up. Pete's like, come on. So they picked up 3 flags, huh? I know. I mean, right? You got the best running backs. I got the best wide receivers. But I haven't been able to use Justin Jefferson since the first month. I mean, he's just been out. So, I mean, if I didn't go heavy wide receiver, then I would have been fucked. Oh, Charbonnet, go, baby, go! Yeah! First down, Hawks. Let's go! Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I like this game. This got a playoff feel, don't it? This game's got a playoff feel.
He's talking about expensive self-insurance doesn't cover. Coach Brad knows about it. What's it? Get help with expenses, health insurance doesn't cover. There's never been a better time to get away.
Yeah, but I normally do your strategy. This is the first time I've ever been like, light on the running backs, like light, and then really heavy at the wide receiver position. I've never really done this strategy. This is the first time I've ever done it in my life where I've done it this way. I normally do your strategy. So, but again, if I win the championship, it'll prove that you can do it both ways, running back heavy or wide receiver heavy, but you have to be able to hit on the picks that you're drafting, and also have to make appropriate moves, during the season. Plus, you've also been blessed with not having any serious injuries end your season. You haven't even had one, right? So, I've had Jay Jetta out, and I had Montgomery out, and then I had, for an extended period of time, like we're talking about like a week to 4 weeks, I've had like my number 1 running back out for a month. I've had my number 1 receiver out for more than a month and a half. My fucking starting tight end is out for the year. You know what I mean? So you've been lucky. The injury bug has not, but you haven't had injuries that have lasted, for like a month where the guy can't play. You've got guys that are questionable. You've had maybe guys that have been doubtful, but you haven't had guys out for a month or longer, right? A lot of your guys have been banged up with a Q. You got all these Qs on there, but you haven't lost guys for a month, right? A week or two is one thing, but losing a guy for a month or longer, that's different. You know what I mean? Because that's very hard to make up, especially. So, yeah. The Danny Crimes hurt Saquon. But I'm just saying, based off your team, you've been lucky compared to like me or like Sarah, where she lost like Nick Chubb and Burrow. And, my guys maybe haven't been out for the year besides Mark Andrews, but that's a pretty big piece to lose. Luckily, Laporta was there for me, and then I got Taysom Hill and Freiermuth now too, because I'm always going to have insurance. But as you know, sometimes when you lose a guy, there is no making up for it. Like if Jalen goes down for you, you're fucked, and you don't have anyone else to fill in really. Like you got Purdy, but I mean, if Purdy has a good matchup, yeah, he can hit 25 points. But if he's got a bad matchup, he might hit 10. If Hurts has a bad matchup, you're probably still sitting at like 16. So there's a little bit of a difference. So, yeah. Yeah, I picked him up and I dropped him. I looked at the schedule for the rest of the year. All his matchups are not good. So I was like, I'm going to get rid of him, and I'll pick up Freiermuth instead. All of his matchups are against tough teams, and I felt that, he hasn't been able to get over 10 points, since the beginning of the year, so there's no point in me rostering him anymore. Now, if he had favorable matchups, maybe I would consider, but, I mean, if you're not getting over 10 points at least, I can't roster you. You're not good enough. You're a name, but I can't hang on to you just because you're a name. I refuse to. You're James Conner. You're the Terminator. You're good. But if you can't put up 10 points in a full game, and you're out there and you're relatively healthy, you're not worth, a spot on my team, not even on the bench. Name recognition is one thing, but I need points and I need guys that I can count on. Facts. And Freiermuth went off. Best game of the year for him. And that might be a trend. I don't know if it will be, but it might be. Gino? DK! How many tutties for DK? 1, 2, 3. Oh, my. It's like George Kittle all over again. Woo, baby. DK Metcalf, baby. Oh, DK. He's like, how many touchdowns do I want? 2? How about 3? Telling you. This is exactly what the Seahawks need. They need their best players to go off. Great throw, great catch. And we have ourselves a playoff game here, huh? Extra point is up by Myers. Right down the middle, and it's good. Amazing game. Amazing.
What makes a calm vacation fun? A little bit of everything for everyone.
Now you're getting closer. Now it's 111 to 120 projected. Now, if Charbonnet can get into the end zone, right, then it'll be a little bit closer there. Obviously, you got Minshew, Algier, Henry, Wilson, and Niners D. You could obviously use a little bit more out of Myers at your kicker position, but hell, 16 out of Charbonnet is a hell of a day. 37.4 for DK and Jackson Smith-Njigba with a 7. Now you just need Charbonnet or Njigba or Myers to keep adding some points. And we might actually have a very, very close matchup. Nice job, Megan. It's your birthday, right? Throwbacks. People act, throwbacks don't matter. They don't? Apparently they do. You look good. You feel good. You play good. There's Megan right there, and the Hawks fans, they're loving it. Okay. 35-27. And the way that the Cowboys defense has been playing, 5-0 at home. They've been routing a lot of teams. So who is more desperate out of these teams? It's the Seahawks. The only thing that the Minnesota Vikings can do, is if Jay Jetta comes back and they have a nice little chemistry there. But the offensive line absolutely is dog shit for Minnesota. Everyone wanted to blame Dobbs, on that bad game. That offensive line was one of the worst performances I've ever seen. Not only in 2023, but ever. All right, let's go. Momentum is going back and forth. Back and forth. Uncle Mo is on one sideline, then he's on another. You can lose it, but you also can win it. We have to think positive thoughts. You got to talk positive to yourself, right? And then you have positive actions. Positive thoughts lead to positive actions. You talk negative about yourself, you get negative actions in return. So we're going to talk positive on your birthday today with the throwbacks, and hopefully you can get this dub. A wise man once said that, named Bruce Lee. Going long, going deep. Incomplete. CD Lamb. Uh-oh. It's one of these.
Defense number 27. He has CD Lamb getting downfield. He gets behind Woolen, who's got great speed, great makeup speed. I mean, he touches the shoulder. I didn't see anything that would potentially keep CD Lamb from being able to work back to the football. He touched it. Yeah, he did not significantly hinder him at all. He put his hand on the shoulder.
Well, we're going to 217 yards and penalties tonight. 35.
Flag on every fucking play. Play action fake. Get him, Hawks. Oh, baby. Oh, my God. How did he get out of that sack lunch? You got to be kidding me. How was that not a sack lunch? You got to be kidding me. Dak with that upper body strength.
That's just Dak Prescott showing you how physical and athletic he can be. We'd love to see it. Look how quickly he gets his right hand back on the ball. He's ready to throw it. So he gets out of it. Tolbert's open because Witherspoon left it.
Incredible play. This is like playoff atmosphere. Like I've watched so many games, this season. And this is definitely one of the most, obviously the penalties are a little ridiculous, but besides the penalties, the back and forth and the big plays that are happening, this is probably, I would say, one of the top 5 games, maybe even top 3 that I've seen this year. This has been so entertaining and so much better than anyone anticipated. Most people thought the Cowboys were going to win by 10 points or more because of no Kenneth Walker III. The only X factor was, hey, we're wearing throwbacks. Let's play for Kenneth and let's play for the throwbacks and for the former players and the legacy. And we're desperate. We need this win more. Let's show them what Hawk football is all about. And they're doing their best to try to get this upset win. Dak, screen pass. Pollard, where are you going? Nowhere. This is the most playoff atmosphere game that I think I've watched in a minute. The Eagles and Bills, when it went to OT and that back and forth, anytime you get the Niners or the Eagles, they're going to have matchups that feel like it. But this is the first playoff type of feel game for both of these teams this year. And it just so happens it's against each other. Awesome. This is what it's about. All those bullshit Monday night, Thursday night, Sunday night games that we had to deal with. The Bears and the Vikings at 12-10, and then we get a masterpiece like this. Just wish there wasn't so many goddamn penalties. Dak, laser, what happened to my hands? You can flex on them, but where were your hands? Hands, team, not that play.
Between a lot of blue jerseys to try to squeeze that into CD Lamb.
Diggs right there. Here comes the man, that's not this.
Oh, baby. You already know who it is. 4th down and 12. Kick is up. Oh, and it's good. Flag on the play? Doesn't look like it. 35-30. Seahawks. Good decision there to go for the field goals. Anytime you get to a point where you start going for it, that team always loses. So it's nice that they're humbling themselves, and they also know they got a top 2 kicker in the fucking NFL. Use him. don't take him for granted. And how many games get decided by 7 points or less? A lot. So good decision by the Cowboys. Great defense by the Hawks to hold them. What a playoff game. Great atmosphere. All right, Hawks, your turn. Let's go. All right, Aubrey, I see you. Getting mad points for Reflect. That's got to put you over 10 for sure. What is that, 12 or 13? What do you got, 12? I'm looking right now. I got to spy on all your guys' shit. 12. Nice, dude. 12 for a kicker is great. 3 field goals, 3 extra points. Beautiful. 37.4 for Megan. Woo! Nice. Faux King Money's got 24.9 out of CD Lamb, though. That's huge. Me and Sarah don't got anybody playing, so. What a wild game. 65 points. And the thing is that the defenses actually are kind of good. It's not like these defenses are bad. The Seahawks defense has played better than people expected, and the Cowboys defense is always good. Zini Panini. $20 holla. Seahawks throwback jerseys are very pretty. Yes, they are, just like your Eagles jerseys as well. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Bang, bang, bang. Boom, boom, boom. Bang, bang. $20 holla. Zini Panini. How are you? How are you feeling? Always good to see a goat in the room. Thank you so much.
This weekend, NFL players are wearing customized cleats in honor of the causes they support. Through My Cause, My Cleats. Visit NFL.com/MyCauseMyCleats to get player stories.
Thank you for the generous dono. I appreciate you very much.
Guys, this has been going on for a few years. They love it. And even Pete is into it as well.
I love
Great
the-
ideas.
yeah,
It started a few years ago, man. Players totally did it.
I love the reaction from the players when they see it for the first time.
Yeah.
If they have an idea, but then you see
Appreciate you.
Open up that box. Take a look at what the makers have done. 85-30.
Let's take a peek at the 4K Sky Cam. It's presented by J.C. Penney, and we're focused on Micah Parsons, who's been a factor. Not necessarily, if you look at his stats, but sometimes it's not about that with him. It's the amount of attention that he draws and opens up other opportunities, and how he forces tonight Geno Smith to get that ball out of his hands maybe before he's ready to do that.
I see you, Jalen. Are you the NFL MVP? Could be. Eagles. Zach Ertz available, being cut. Will he join the Philadelphia Eagles? He wants to be on a contender. We know Goddard ain't out for the year, but it would be kind of the most logical choice if Philly is interested on rekindling that friendship. Good to hear. Yeah, and I will be doing the game. I'm going to be doing the Niners and Eagles, and then I'll do the Chiefs and the Packers at Lambeau for Sunday night. So I'll just have to walk extra with Paisley, but that matchup is too good for me not to do a stream for. I mean, hopefully we hit the goal on it, but if not, I need to do it. So it's just I need to put in that effort and that grind. 2nd down and 6. And I'll get you some Brian Dawkins once we go to a commercial.
Seattle takes its first time out of the half.
Back in 30 seconds.
I love the way that the helmets glow. They got a little glow to them when you see them in prime time. A little bit brighter than the older ones.
So Seattle using a timeout early in the 4th.
So fresh and so clean. 2nd down and 6. Gino with the fake screen pass. JSN. Close to the first down marker.
First down. Yep.
Less than half a yard. But again, there's an idea. He's so explosive with the ball in his hands after the catch. And again, 200 pounds, so tough to bring down.
I got a brand new special one for you too, with a B-Doc.
Smith is going to take it over the left side.
First down, Hawks.
First down.
Move the chains.
Forget the push to us. He goes wide. He went right around that left side. I think they are going to move it, but I thought they might come out and measure.
But right on the 35-yard line.
Look at this one I've been saving for you. Oh, a little HD 4K action. Woo! B-Doc, B-Doc. Alert, alert. Hall of Fame. Alert. One of my favorites of all time. My favorite Eagle, actually, of all time, Brian Dawkins. You know, I'm a defensive guy, so let's go. First down and 10. You know, if you're a badass safety or linebacker, chances are I probably love you. Doesn't matter what team you're on. You could be Ronnie Lott. You know, you could end up being Troy Polamalu. You could be Ed Reed. You know, you could end up being Brian Dawkins, John Lynch. You know, there's quite a few. I don't think so, but I can probably pull it. Yeah, hold on. Let me, I got to save it. And then send it to Sarah, and then I can pull it for you. Birthday jersey. Let's see what we got going on here. Your boy works fast. Third down and 7. Playoff atmosphere, baby. Shotgun set. Third down and 7. 8:49 left in the fourth quarter. Pressure off the edge. Gino keeping his composure just at the marker. And here's the jersey that she got custom made. Very cool. Very cool. Love the colors.
He's just one of these guys that can do some damage to you. Has a great feel, just sit in that soft spot.
Rams in the building. What's good? B-Doc, legend. And the best part about it, it wasn't just like what he did on the field. It was his energy and what he said. He was like the Ray Lewis at safety position. Like there was nobody more intense than Ray Lewis, you know, on defense besides B-Doc at safety. And that's why I like both of those guys. Oh, damn it. Tyler, get to the door and lock it. The door was locked, incomplete. Damn, he normally makes that catch too. That's tough. It's okay, Tyler. You'll get another opportunity. You're the man. Don't forget. Great story too, you know, especially a guy that's gone through depression and anxiety like myself and a lot of y'all that have been in the room too, you know, and if you're able to overcome, it doesn't matter if you're an NFL player, you know, or a person that has, you know, maybe a quote unquote regular job, incomplete, you know, but you always can overcome.
That's what he's known for, 280 pounds. Watch him work outside and then the bend. Watch the bend there. They're able to get him around the tackle there across. Just so sudden and quick. The balance and then the closing speed.
What a fucking game. I mean, even with the penalties, like, I'm not even really mad. Like, the penalties are ridiculous. These are the two most penalized teams in the NFL, and they're really getting their money's worth today. But we have a 35-30 game. We don't have like 17, 18, 19 penalties with a 6-3 game. Then everyone would be mad. So 35-30 with a shitload of penalties, I'll take it. But both teams can't play like this in the playoffs and think they're going to win. Because if you play like this, you're going to lose. You can only play like this in a regular season game. But if you play like this in the playoffs with that many penalties, there's going to be a chance where you let me see what the penalty total is right now. What do we got? We got 10 penalties for 130 for the Hawks, 8 for 122 for the Cowboys. Oh, my God. 252 yards in penalties, 18 total. Good stop from the Cowboys on 4th and 1. Wow. Oh, my. Uh-oh. Questionable decision-making there to go for it on that particular play. You win the line of scrimmage, and they did not win the line of scrimmage. You already had 2 guys on the opposite side before as soon as the ball was snapped. That was tough. Tough. Appreciate you, Zini.
Get the new Google Pixel 8 or Pixel 8 Pro on T-Mobile. That's up to $1,000 in value.
I love this photo. Like I said, I've been hanging on to that one for a while.
AWS is helping the NFL.
Not everyone can convert the 4th and 1 with the tush push. That's true. You got to have an offensive line to do it. That is very, very true. If every team could do it, they would. But most teams don't have a line like the Eagles or the Niners. Like I said, very few teams got that extra push that they can get from the tush. All right, Cowboys, you're down by 5, plenty of time, and very smart with the field goals to actually give yourself a shot here. So.
To make every gift special, every moment matters, and every dollar counts. So give the sweater that hugs you back, biscuit cookies that melt your heart, and cherish the morning you'll always remember. JCPenney, make your holidays count.
I need your breakfast amount of reindeer.
What? Must be just like Prince. You know what I think it is? Who's that old
Candy cane lane. Rated PG.
Well, one of the best run defending defensive ends in a game, DeMarcus Lawrence. Look how he's lined up over the tight end. You're expecting to be the outside shoulder. Cross lunges out for him, and Lawrence is able to work underneath him and surprise him. Chardonnay never had a chance with that move inside.
All right, Cowboys, your turn. Shotgun set. Dak. C.D. Lamb reaching for that first down marker. Charbonnet in the tent. He said, hide me. Uh-oh, hopefully Charbonnet's okay. Here we go. First down and 10. Handoff to Pollard. Pollard getting loose, running over a couple Hawks. First down, Cowboys. We damn boys. Oh, my. Flags? No, no flags. I think we've had enough. 18 is enough. I mean, you might as well get 2 more to make it an even 20. Nice job, Pollard. I wish your team actually utilized you. Shotgun set. Dak, plenty of time in the pocket. Ooh, almost picked. Got a hand on it.
Almost gets his hands on that football. You're right. We've not called Gallup's name at all tonight. What a tough matchup. Look at the length. Again, rolling this
Gallup hasn't even been in the consideration of the offense the last couple years. Ever since he got hurt, he's taken a back seat. He used to be one of the best wide receiver threes that was in the league, and he has disappeared. They don't even go to him anymore. It was like Amari Cooper, CeeDee Lamb, Michael Gallup, but now they're like, well, I mean, hell, they don't even go to Tony Pollard, really. I mean, he had a touchdown early on, then they went like 8 or 9 games before he got another touchdown. It's like ridiculous. But again, it's working for them. They throw the ball, and they throw the ball often. And then they try to rely on that defense. But when you got a guy like CeeDee Lamb, I get it. But you're going to get exposed. What happens when you get a lockdown corner on CeeDee Lamb, and then you have to run? Then you're going to be fucked in the playoffs. CD has been amazing, though, this season, playing like a top 3 receiver. Dak? Guess who? CeeDee Lamb. Move the chains.
Situations where he knows he needs to make a play, he's going to look to 88.
88's got a good legacy. We know that. Little Des Bryant, Michael Irvin. Keeper by Dak. Bouncing it to the outside. Nice. Jaw. All the jaws. Jawing, shit talking.
This time, they ran that track play and it hit big for Pollard. This time, he's reading this. In man on the line of scrimmage, 55 collapses.
He said, I'm going, he says. Tariq Woolen says, sit the fuck down. All the chips. Play clock hit 0. Well, most Giants, Redskin, Washington football team, commander, whatever the fuck you want to call them, anybody in the NFC East, I mean, they all hate each other. I mean, that's how it goes. Rivalries run deep. They run definitely deeper in that division than really any other division in football in the NFC besides maybe the Niners and the Hawks. But the rivalries run deeper over there. Maybe besides like, Lions and Packers, that one, Saints and Bucks, Saints and Falcons. But, I mean, the rivalries that you have in the NFC East run very, very deep. Here we go. 2nd down and 7. Dak, plenty of time in the pocket. Ferguson, hands, team, touchdown, Jason Witten. Touchdown, Dalton Schultz. Touchdown, Jake Ferguson. Wow. My God. Ferg. Wow. Unbelievable catch. Two-point conversion. Here we go. Dak. Open. Brandon Cooks. 2-point conversion is good. Oh. Oh, my. Oh, my. What a game. What a game. That's all you can say. CD. Ferg.
Fee-free overdrafts. Early payday. Easy credit building.
What a game.
When your money's good, you feel good. Somebody up
38-35. Could we possibly get overtime? And will that missed field goal by Myers come back to bite them? We will find out. Man, incredible. One of the best games of the year by far. But remember, you're the better team. You're 8-3. You're 5-0 at home. You should have won this game by 10 or 14 points, realistically. But they wore the throwbacks, and the throwbacks, and DK got going early, and that's why we have a close game. But I would say if you did a poll out of everybody in the country, including Hawk fans and Cowboy fans, I would say 90% of the country thought the Cowboys would blow the Hawks out. No Kenneth Walker III. If Kenneth Walker III was playing, then it would be more even. But when you don't have your star running back out there, especially someone that's used so frequently with Charbonnet, right? Obviously on the Hawks, most of the time you can't. Like we saw them play against the Niners at Thanksgiving, and that shit was over in the first quarter. Thank God they were able to rebound and bring us a performance like this. Unbelievable. Chief in the building. What's good, brother? This is what a Thursday night football game is supposed to look like. Oh, yeah. You know what, brother? 65 to go. Hopefully we get some goats to come through and show some love. Cowboys with the kickoff. See what the Hawks can do. Hawks, your turn. All right, here's a summary of the game. DK Metcalf, right? Touchdown. A whole lot of shit like this, right? Ferg. Now here we are. That's pretty much it. Many touchdowns sprinkled in between. 38, 35, 19 total penalties for 257 yards combined. It's a flag party. And we still got 38, 35 with all those penalties. Pretty sweet, man. Pretty fucking sweet. Chief says, I don't want you to be homeless and eat air for dinner. I appreciate that. Fingernails for dinner isn't good. 38, 35, Cowboys. Shotgun set, play action fake. Gino. There we go. JSN. First down, Hawks. Thank you, bro. Nobody likes eating air for dinner. Bang, bang, bang. Boom, boom, boom. Bang, bang. $5 holla. Appreciate you, brother.
Once he turns him, it's over. Great job of recognizing that matchup and getting the ball to the rookie for a big first step to start this drive. 7 catches.
Oh, yeah. This is definitely a candidate for game of the year. Let's be honest. An instant classic. Dallas with the carry against Dallas. Bland, yeah. Except Marcus Peters ain't going 5 pick sixes, though. We also had Diggs from last year, so it's like every year the Cowboys have a no-name player that makes history. Diggs last year, Bland this year. Second down and 4. DJ Dallas has to try to win them the game, it looks like, if he gets any looks. There he is. Come on, Gino. Third string running back here for the Hawks. And they did have that one missed field goal by Jason Myers, which maybe didn't really look like a whole lot early on, but it's kind of funny how that ends up being the difference in a lot of games. Even if it was a missed field goal in the first quarter, things always come back. Huskies and Ducks, a good comparison as well. LA Rams says, hit the like. Please do. Comment, like, share, donate so your boy isn't homeless eating air. If you appreciate your boy, show some love. There's not very many people that can call a game like your boy. JSN, pass incomplete. Well, it's not only the ball hawks, it's coaching. And so if you didn't have coaching with Dan Quinn and a few of their new hires, then, we have to also remember that. It's not just the players. It's also going to be the DB coach and Dan Quinn. We can't just be like players. Coaching means something. 4th down and 4. Well, you're down by 3. You're at the 49. Or are they just going to try to draw them off sides? No, they don't. Shotgun set. Blitz. Almost intercepted. That's a terrible play call to go for it right there. Bland almost had another pick. You already knew Dallas was going to bring the heat and bring the pressure. You know that. That's what Dan Quinn does. You know that's what they do. They bring pressure off the edge on both sides typically. And if you're going to run that, right, you have to make sure you're not going outside. You have to run a slant inside. You have to make sure you're changing the route. You're not going to have time for a play to develop for a 10-yard out when you got two guys up in your grill. That's coaching. You have to understand coaching. Apparently, in that situation, they did not. You have to understand. You have to audible and change the play to inside, not outside. You're not going to have time to go outside, and it's not going to be a good throw. But if you would have ran slants or crossing routes, you might have been able to get that first down. You would have had a hell of a lot better chance. But again, some people know football, some people do not. You always want to make sure you know your opposing team. What did they do on third down and short? On fourth down, blitz from the outside edges every single time. So if that's the case, crossing route, okay? I'm not doing the Des Bryant throw up the X. Slants, crossing route, and it's no guarantee that Geno would have made a good throw, but you would have had a better chance doing that, a crossing route or a slant. But what the hell do I know? Golly. Second down and 6, that might be the reason the Hawks lose the game because of that play right there. I mean, there's many plays. Missed field goal as well. Uh-oh, CD, he's loose. This one feels like a Cowboy win. Cowboys scraping by. It might only be by 3, but they're threatening, and it feels like they may score another touchdown. Momentum is a motherfucker, ain't it? Momentum is a motherfucker. Penalties is a motherfucker. But coaching is everything. And if you think that coaching doesn't matter, look at that last play on fourth down. Look at the previous play on fourth down. Geno this, Geno that. Coaching. Understanding what your opponent is going to do before it happens. That's frustrating as hell, man. Good teams find a way to win. And I don't want to say bad teams find a way to lose because I don't consider the Hawks a bad team. But subtle, lapses in judgment are very clear. And sometimes the game is won by what? Inches. Unbelievable. Oh, yeah. I mean, even though, Alex Smith went at him and said he had the easiest division and the easiest run with competition being in that AFC East. True, right? But the quarterbacks are not the same. The Phillip Rivers in his prime, the Ben Roethlisberger in his prime. Yeah, Eli in his prime. It was always one good year, one bad year. One good year, one bad year. So you can't really say Eli. But when you're looking at Peyton and Brady and Roethlisberger and Phillip Rivers when he was good, not noodle arm version, or Drew Brees, where now he can't even throw with his right hand. The game is different, and it shows you, and it shows the appreciation you have to have for legends. You got guys like Mahomes and Josh Allen and Burrow, but how good do those 3 guys look this year? You know what I'm saying? You can still have elite talent. You know what I mean? But only time will tell, with Mahomes and Allen and Burrow and Herbert, if they're ever going to live up to Montana, Manning, Brady. Mahomes is already there, but again, no Eric Bieniemy, no Juju. Wide receivers can't catch. Rashee Rice is nice. Kelsey's nice. Pacheco is a blessing, but to act like that wide receiving core is good enough to win a Super Bowl, it's not. They might not even make it. The Dolphins might beat them, right? It's possible, right? The Dolphins, the Ravens, the Jags. We don't know. You know what I mean? So we'll see. But Rome Odunze, Troy Franklin, Mike Evans. If I'm the Chiefs, I have to be looking at players like that. Especially like a guy like Mike Evans. You bring a Mike Evans in, it solves all the problems. Just with one player. You're not going to have Bieniemy ever again. But if you get Mike Evans over there on one side, Kelsey on the other, Pacheco in the middle, then you're right back where you were when you had Tyreek. But I don't want to lose Mike Evans. Let's be clear. I want Mike Evans to retire a Buccaneer. Well, the media is going to downplay the win because you were supposed to win by a lot. They don't have their starting running back. You know what I'm saying? You're at home. You're 5-0. You're supposed to blow this team out. You're not supposed to have a close game. No one said, as a Cowboy fan, oh, I think this game's going to be close. Said nobody. Come on, bro. You got to be honest with yourself. 90% of the country thought this game was going to be won by 10 points or more. The Hawks with the throwbacks was the deciding factor. DK Metcalf coming off with a bang right out of the start, with that momentum. The game wasn't supposed to be close. It was supposed to be a blowout. It's not like you're on the road and you got all these injured pieces. You're at home. You're 5-0. You're 8-3. They're 6-5. They got their ass kicked by the Niners. This was going to be a very difficult game, and the Hawks overachieved. And it's not over, you know what I mean? But those subtle mistakes, and not game planning for knowing what Dallas is going to do possibly will cost the Hawks this game. Execution is everything, especially when you're on the road. But the thing is, even if the Hawks lose, right, you're only battling really probably with Minnesota, unless like it's the Saints and the Falcons. So you can go 6-8. You can lose this game. You lost to the Niners on Thanksgiving, bad. You lost this game if you lose, right? And then you got the Niners and the Eagles. And even if you lose those, you go to 6-8. It sucks, right? But then if you win the last three, right, you're in the playoffs more than likely with a shitty 9-8 record, but you're in, okay, unless something else can happen. But you lost on Thanksgiving. You're playing the Cowboys. You're at the Niners next week. Then you play the Eagles. Those will probably all be losses, realistically. Then you got the Titans, right, the Steelers, and the Cardinals. And the Steelers will be tough. Titans should be a win. And the Cardinals at the end of the year is a trap game. So we'll see where it goes. But I still got faith that the Hawks can make the playoffs as a wild card. They're better than the Vikings. I mean, if we're actually talking about that, and hell, they're better than the Falcons or the Saints, regardless which one wins the division. I mean, that's just clear. But if you want to be a hater, you can be a hater, but the Hawks are good enough to be in the playoffs. Maybe the Hawks should wear these uniforms every week. If Mahomes treated Rashee Rice like he was Dwayne Bowe, you guys would be winning more games. Stop going to Justin Watson. Stop going to fucking Noah Gray. Stop going to Kadarius, that guy, Stonehands Tony. Stop going to Sky Moore. Focus on the pieces that are doing well. Pacheco, right? Travis Kelce, right? And who? Rashee Rice. You start focusing on the pieces that are doing good for you, you win more. Why waste opportunities on guys that are 50-50 catching the ball when you know you can go to a guy that's going to catch the ball 80 or 90% of the time? I know it's going to, hurt the feelings of some of those other receivers and tight ends, but if you want to actually get to the Super Bowl, you're going to have to make that adjustment. And if you don't, then you're going to go to the AFC Championship game and possibly lose to the Dolphins, Ravens, or Jags. That's a real statement. There is no guarantee that the Chiefs make it to the Super Bowl. You have a better chance with the Eagles making it than the Chiefs do. I mean, if we're talking about the two teams that made it last year. I mean, but the two best teams in football right now are the Eagles and Niners, and that's a statement. That's what it is. Those are the two best, and they play each other this weekend. I mean, I got Mahomes in fantasy. I haven't been able to start him almost half the year. He's not been good. Defense has been great. Mahomes hasn't, but it really isn't all Mahomes. It's really more the pass catchers. His throws have been good. There have been drops. So it's not Mahomes' fault. It's a receiver's fault. Field goal's up, and it's good. And even with the missed field goal by Myers, the Hawks still have a chance to win 42-41. But Dan Quinn in that blitz, scheme, they're going to go after him. And also we have to see if Charbonnet's out of the tent. And, this is where you get paid, right? This is where you have to go deep, and you might have to challenge Bland one-on-one with DK. Let the best man win. Maybe you get a PI. Maybe you get a flag party. I mean, fuck, we've already had enough of them, right? So you got to be able to utilize a guy that's been utilized the most, a guy that's got 1, 2, 3 tutties. Could we have 4 tutties with DK? I know where I would be going with the football. Know your role. Know who's hot. And go to them if you want to have any chance. Otherwise, it's going to be a flag party. What's better than 3 tutties? How about 4? Yeah, but the thing is, right, sometimes you got to change. And to act like the team is better without Eric Bieniemy is ridiculous. You can definitely tell the team is not the same without him. And you've seen him make an improvement with Washington. Washington still needs help, and they got rid of Payne and got rid of Chase Young. So obviously that's going to hinder some of their wins. And Riverboat Ron's probably going to get fired, right? But Bieniemy has made a difference in Sam Howell. No one thought Sam Howell would be good. They thought, oh, he'd be like Kenny Pickett or any of these other motherfuckers that are out there that are mid. Right? He made Sam Howell into a top 10 quarterback. Facts. I would know because I got Mahomes and Sam Howell in fantasy. All right, Gino. Your turn. Hawks offense, Dallas defense. What's it going to be? I think, what do we need? 85 to go? 80 to go? 90 to go? Where are we at? First down and 10. Gino. Good protection up front. Tyler, get to the door and lock it. First down, Hawks. Smooth the chains. There we go. Nice job, Tyler. One of the best route runners, one of the best pass catchers, one of the most underrated players in the NFL and has been. Believe that. First down and 10. Shotgun set. Gino. Noah Fant. We got a Noah Fant sighting. I see you, Tyler. And the crazy thing is you have to be able to salute the offensive line and what they've been doing. We haven't really seen Micah Parsons make too many plays. Shotgun set. Gino. Jesus Christ. That was like a JV throw and a JV attempt to catch the ball. Come on. Game is on the line. What kind of fucking effort was that? Jesus Christ. 60 to go. Micah. Abraham Lucas has been doing a pretty fucking good job because Micah normally is all over the quarterback. So salute to the O-line for the Hawks. They've been doing everything that they can. Execution. Let's go. Chief with a tenor. He says, I don't want you to be homeless. I don't want you to eat air. I don't want you to eat fingernails. Appreciate that. Third down and 2. Gino, get rid of it. Got to be a better throw than that. Terrible throw. Fourth down and 2. Thank you, Chief. What happened last time when we had fourth down? Are we going to go for a route that takes 5 seconds to develop? No. Crossing routes, slant in front of the quarterback. This is the game. Trips right. Shotgun set. Get rid of it. Rid of it. Unbelievable. And that's the difference between having a coach that understands and a coach that does not understand. A player that understands, a player that doesn't understand. You know Micah's going to end up making a play at some point if he's been quiet. They're going to send him on a blitz. They're going to send the safeties or the corners on a blitz. They're going to send the DNs on a blitz. How many times in a row are you going to let that happen without making an adjustment? And why do you have three wide? You should have an extra blocker up front. You should have double tight ends right there to make sure that Gino's got time for JSN, DK, or Lockett. You don't need to have trips right, trips left. You need more blockers up front because they're going to bring them off the edge. Jesus Christ, man. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. But that's, people, you either know football or you don't. You know or you don't. And there it is. Could have won the game. Nice win by the Cowboys. And hopefully this will be a lesson, to the Seahawks, understanding you don't have time, like you did earlier in the game. Dan Quinn is the best defensive coordinator in the game. Act like it. You have 1 second to get rid of the ball, not 3, not 4, not 5. They bring pressure off the edge every single time on 3rd and 4th down. I mean, if fans can see it, why can't the players? Why can't the coaches? Unbelievable. Tough. Chief will chief. $10 dono. Bang, 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 bang. Bang, bang, bang. Boom, boom, boom. Bang, bang. And on the bright side, the Vikings offensive line is absolutely dog shit. So they're getting Jay Jetta back, but all you got to do is beat out them. And, Dobbs, 4 picks. Jay Jetta will be back. They'll probably be able to get a couple wins. And, you can't take that long. You have to understand who you're going against. One of the best defenses and the best defensive coordinator. You can't act like you're going against a shitty defense. You can't act like you're going against my Tampa Bay Buccaneers out there. Tough. What do you want to see for photos, brother? Bang, 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 boom, boom, boom. Bang, bang. $10 dono. Appreciate you, brother. 50 to go.
Awesome game. Lots of hugs, lots of congratulations going back and forth. Meanwhile, you got Ferguson with a touchdown.
That was one of the games of the year, if not game of the year. But it just sucks, when you actually have a chance, if you know what's coming, and it's like you can tell who watches tape and who understands and who doesn't. How many meetings do you need to have to realize what they're going to do on 3rd and 4th down? They do the same thing over and over and over. It's not like that was a surprise, like we've never seen that before. That one hurts. But again, most people thought they were going to get blown out. They lost by 6. So hard-fought effort. What do you want to see for photos, Chief will chief? And even if you shut down Micah Parsons, for 99% of the game, you best believe he's going to make his presence known before the game is over. And he did again. Because that's what they like to do. Pressure off the DNs on both sides and then bring Micah. There he is. Well, it's those throwbacks, baby. They're beautiful. All right, what do we want to do for photos? Do we want to do food? Chief will chief. What do we want to do, brother? We want to do food? I'm not sure if I'll stay on all the way to the 4-hour mark because I do need to, eat dinner and take Paisley for a walk. Yeah, let's do Rashee Rice. Let's do that. Good choice. Defense wins games. Defense wins championships. It was a flag party through and through, right? But this is how you win at the end of the game. Coaching, coaching, coaching. It matters. Scheme matters. Players in the right position matter. And if you don't believe that, then you didn't watch this game or you haven't watched the Dallas Cowboys play on defense. Still think the Hawks, even if they lose the next 2 games, they can still make the playoffs. It's going to be tough, but no one wants a 9-8 record, but that's what we might end up seeing. He said, Black Santa. Oh, shit. Game of the year. At least one of the top ones. I mean, we got Eagles and Niners this weekend. That might be another one.
What did you see from the Cowboys tonight?
They answered and they answered and they answered again. Dak Prescott, I think he's officially entered the MVP conversation. He's been playing great football, and what he did tonight, they just kept coming and coming. He kept answering the bell. CeeDee Lamb, by the way, they went to him on the third down for the big plays. The fourth down.
Dak Prescott, 20 touchdowns, only 2 picks in the last 6 games. But wait, I got to go to you. How does Micah Parsons go unblocked on that 4th and 2 for the Seahawks?
Undisciplined. That's how he goes unblocked. Like, you got to make sure that you have to have the proper formation. You just can't go 5 wide and think that they're going to rush 3 guys and you're going to be able to get the ball out in time. It's got common sense. Brutal. A little bit less of the flag party, too.
Guys like him always end up in that situation at the end of the game where they make the play.
They do. Yeah, I mean, the Seattle defense, they had played resilient the entire game, and then they just had some blunders down the stretch. You can't have plays. You can't have the one-on-one. You got Jamal Adams with Ferguson in the back of the end zone. You have to make a play. That's you need your big-time play.
It also doesn't help that Charbonnet got hurt there late and they had to go to Dallas instead. It kind of fucked up their whole momentum, with everything that was going.
Oh my goodness, I couldn't believe it.
Come on, Tony. You don't even know how to say Jackson Smith-Njigba. Hit the showers, homie.
So I still have the questions. People talk about them. Are they that Super Bowl team? There was a time that we were like, oh, Seattle's going to win this game. It's over. But I give credit to Dallas. They came back and got the job done. But I still have questions. And it's still one of those Dallas teams that we're like, oh, they're going to do it. They're going to do it. This is the best team we've seen. They're going to go to the Super Bowl. But I still have questions.
Okay, good. Well, you're going to ask Micah Parsons and Dak Prescott those questions when they join us on set for the post-game show. But right now, let's go to Kelly Hartson, who's standing by with CeeDee Lamb, the player of the game, presented by JC Penney.
CeeDee, every game this season, you guys have beat your opponents at home by more than 20 points until tonight. What did you learn about your group as you gutted this one out?
Proper preparation. Coming in the game, we knew it was going to be a battle. AFC, playoff implications, playoff type atmosphere. Shout out to the fans for coming out here, and we got the job done.
You told me yesterday you believe you are the best receiver in this league. What did you do tonight to continue to prove that?
To stand on my piece of heels, I still have a couple plays that I let go through my hands, but it's all about adversity and bouncing back. And with that, I feel like I did my too.
You also said you believe that Dak Prescott is playing like the best quarterback in the NFL. How did he help this offense down the stretch?
I mean, we know we can count on him. Just trusting on us, giving us the deep balls, the one-on-one matchups, believing in us, and the guys up front, they did a hell of a job. Excuse my language, for protecting. Not many guys got that there. We just have the time we needed outside of win.
There's a real belief in this team. Can you help us understand?
Yeah, but they still wouldn't have had enough time to get to where they needed to get, based off all that pressure from Dan Quinn in that defense. So.
Dallas Cowboys now have the longest home winning streak in the NFL. Dak Prescott is Cowboys very happy. We're taking a quick break. We'll be back in 60 seconds. Sean, are you crying? For 120 years, JCPenney has been there for you for every holiday.
All right, we got a few more picks to go, and then I got to go take Paisley on a walk.
So now's the time to get the sweater that hugs you back. Bake the cookies that melt your heart. Rock the looks that make a statement. Give the gift that pops the question. And cherish the morning you'll always remember. For all the ways you celebrate. JCPenney, make your holidays count. To give your teeth a dentist clean feeling, start with a round brush head at Power. And you've got Oral-B. Round cleans better by surrounding each tooth to remove 100%.
Happy birthday. Have a great one.
Oral-B.
Sorry about the Kraken and the Hawks. Hopefully that, you guys can still end up making the playoffs and, make a run. Still believe in you guys.
I trust my gut, and that's exactly where the stuff's going to go. So
The Jersey Mike's catering box, a sum of my own.
Dallas victorious in this one. The final score 41-35, but here's how it went down. First quarter, Seattle struck Geno Smith to DK Metcalf.
Oh, baby. Crab cakes, baby.
Look at the speed on the ball. 22 miles an hour. So Cowboys take the lead right back after this. Dak to CD, 15-yard score.
And sorry, Megan, I didn't know you were still in the room. I thought you were over on the Hawk's Nest. Apologize for that. It's hard to be able to cater to everybody and whatnot, but I honestly thought you weren't in the room anymore. But I hope you have a great birthday.
Right there. Third touchdown from the night. He had 3 touchdowns all year for the end of this game. Meanwhile, Zach Charbonnet stopped. Dallas takes over. Ensuing drive for Dallas. Prescott hits the for the go-ahead score. Fourth quarter, last chance for the Seahawks.
I know not everyone is a sushi person, but man, I love it. It's healthy. It tastes good. You know, it's much better for you, than eating a burger or a piece of pizza or a taco every day. Of course, I love to be able to, have a good piece of pizza, have a great burger or tacos, street tacos and whatnot. But, man, I mean, a little bit of sushi, it definitely can go a long way, especially if it's good. It's much better than people think, the people that are kind of haters towards it. Once you actually have it and you realize, oh, wow, you're like, this is actually really good. Same thing with like pad thai, like a lot of people that have never had it and then you give it to them and you're like, oh, wow, like that? Yeah, like that. Oh, yeah. I honestly could eat it every day, but, me being Asian and whatnot, so. So it happens when you're mixed race, like your boy. Allergic to the avocado. I'll remember that. So no avocados for you. I'll just eat those.
That's a bad break. And they came into this game without scoring a touchdown in 7 quarters. So, kudos to them for coming in. They didn't punt the ball today, so they played well. They got DK involved again. Smith and Jigba involved again, but unfortunately, this may be the swan song for Seattle. I think so too. But we talk about airing of your grievances. When teams have those meetings.
So Meg says sushi, friends, and snuggles. Oh.
Jigba got involved on the backside of that. That's when he opens up, and they look pretty good out there today.
Defensively, Jamal Adams. We were watching the game in the green room. There were some opportunities there. Sherm, what did you make of his performance or lack of?
These were the plays they had to have.
All right. Well, I'm going to go take Paisley, for a walk and try to be able to eat some dinner and whatnot. I appreciate every single one of you, all the people that donated, commented, shared. Chief will Chief, thank you for coming through at the very, very end. Shout out to Megan. Happy birthday happy birthday to you. And for the Chiefs, yeah. And like I said, the Chiefs end up playing the Packers on the road. Pacheco is the running back, so that's the one that's going to be one of the best players. Kelsey obviously is the best tight end, and then Pacheco is the best running back. That's the one that they're going to go to, those two guys first. But if you're counting on one receiver to be able to make the big plays, it's definitely going to be Rashee Rice, and it seems like some games they go to him heavy, some games they don't, but it really is only the Patrick Mahomes kind of go-to guy that they feel comfortable with. So I love you guys, and I appreciate you guys very, very much. You guys are the best. Thank you to everyone that watched on Twitter/X, everyone that commented, shared, donated. I love you, and I appreciate you very, very much. And I will be back tomorrow for the Pac-12 championship with the Washington Huskies versus the Oregon Ducks. Yes, my Oregon Ducks. And it's going to be amazing. I'll be live at 5 p.m. Pacific time. And I got one question for you. Who talk sports like us? Your boy Ryan, Northwest Sports Fanatics. I love you guys, and I appreciate you guys. And I'm out. Gang.